Radio Underground. We got a special guest 2 weeks in a row, and his name is also Jason. So it's two Jasons in a row. How's it doing, Jason?
I am doing well. How are you?
Got Stones here. Say hi, Stones.
Yeah, I'm back this
and
week.
Brian.
Hi.
I'm Mike. We are Radio Underground. I guess what we'll talk about, since you're here, Jason. First, you can still throw out your your social media. Do you got anything where you put out content?
Yeah, but it's been a few years. I actually want to start putting out more content. I guess I have a YouTube.
Well, there you go.
Jason Tuntas.
I didn't know that.
Tuntas. I follow you. You follow me. We're connected.
I never see anything from you.
Yeah, right. I know. I haven't uploaded anything. I also have a SoundCloud.
Yeah, that I put up. I put up some mountain in Middle Earth.
Sweet. Yeah, and I actually just got a new PC and some new recording.
Yeah, I'm very jealous of
software.
that, by the way.
So it's a pretty nice PC, and I've been getting that itch, so I will be putting out more content shortly here.
Since you have a PC, they have now the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
is going on PC, and you can also play Gears 5 on Steam.
Yeah,
Gears 5's going to Steam supposedly.
Really?
That's super cool. I love Xbox Game Pass. I think it's a brilliant idea. I have it on the Xbox. I wish it's
probably the only reason to get an Xbox at this point.
Yeah, right.
But it's a good reason.
Yeah. I mean, I just wish, like, I know they said right now they're going to keep the services separate. So if you pay for it on Xbox, you can only use it on the Xbox and vice versa with PC.
Oh, okay.
From what I understand, I could be wrong though. So.
Now I'm able to share my Game Pass. This was a good thing. My nephew stays in that other room. And the Game Pass is out here and in there on both devices, so that's cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Pay one price and fuck it. But
yeah.
Let me ask this, because I don't know. Do you have to be an Xbox Gold subscriber to also have access to the Game Pass, or is it entirely separate?
I think it's separate.
Yeah,
I don't know because I have everything.
Right, same here. And I'm about to cancel my Gold because I don't really play my Xbox anymore, but I do like the Game Pass. Like, I want to still have access to it if I want it. So,
rumor mill that because Game Pass is doing so well, they might Gold might not even be a thing anymore. Like, your online service will be free because they're making so much money off the Game Pass. And it's free if you want to play Xbox Live on a PC. It's already free.
Right. I'm super excited for E3. They have, like, I read an article somewhere. There's like, what, 20? Was it in the 20s? It was either 12 or 24 or something like that. New IPs, Microsoft IPs.
It's 12.
12. Okay.
12.
Yeah. Although you're right, I saw one that said 20, another one said 14. So who knows?
Well,
yeah.
A bunch.
It's also It's going to be a lot.
Super excited about that though.
We can put fails on while we're people getting injured. If you want to see it,
That's all.
Compilation. Those are good.
I saw that lady falling out of her hover.
Yeah,
it's always good to have this kind of stuff on in the background for inspiration.
Yeah, he hit his wife. She's on a zip line. That's awesome. Yeah. Anyway, but I guess since you're here, I figured we were going to talk about, like, because remember I always wanted to have an episode where, because he was I met Stones when he was my guitar player and he married my sister, and then Pine was my first singer, so we were all in local bands. So I wanted maybe we could talk about our experiences in local bands, what we miss and don't miss about it.
That's a good
I don't miss
idea.
carrying the equipment, I'll tell you that.
No.
There's always did you guys always have the guy in your band that fucking didn't help carry anything?
I was that guy.
Yeah, I was that guy.
Your brother Craig.
I think him and Jay a little bit too.
The trick, just in case if anybody is curious, the trick is to feign back injuries.
Yeah.
I do that at work.
I do that now.
I do it every chance I can.
I always had the responsibility of loading when I was the guitar player. But let me tell you something. Being a singer, being the front man, that gets you out of everything because your responsibility is basically to be the guy that, I mean, you try to help when you can, but loading in, I always helped, but after the gig, it was get out there and sell merch.
Right.
You know, don't touch my shit. get out there and
you're
sell
the
our
face
fucking
of the
stuff.
brand.
So, it enabled me to be a half-asser without feeling guilty about it. So, there's two different. That's the thing. Like most of the bands that I've been in, I've been the guitar player, but as a vocalist, it's definitely it's a different experience.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
I didn't have that luxury. I had to help load it into the van, unload it from the van, and then on the back end. And I drove the van.
And be the guy that sells merch, right?
After we stopped using Nick's van, we used my van. So I was doing all of it, and I got no gas money for it.
And remember Nick, he was our drummer, and he would show up last. It's like he had the most shit, and he would show up last. It fucking drove me nuts.
That was usually the thing. If I was doing anything with gear, it was help the drummer, like because that was especially in like the world of metal and death metal.
Yeah,
it's not like a pop
got my
kit.
75-piece fucking Tama custom
There's racks. There's like fucking 50,000 toms and fucking all these different cymbals and shit. It's not like just some little punk rock kit, right?
The playing with Nick for the at the beginning was good because he had the double pedal hooked up to the single bass, and he had a smaller kit. And then Joey Jordison, who was one of his favorite drummers, switched to the actual double bass.
Oh, yeah,
and then he had added more rack toms, and he added a China.
Then got
and
to
it fucking took an hour for him to set that shit
like
up.
a Neil Peart type setup all of a sudden.
Right.
It got pretty big.
Great.
Yeah, it sounded good when you just had that small kit, Nick.
I mean, it's fun to play drums and whatever. Not that I'm a drummer, but like that was like the one guy in the band that I never envied, because it's just like, dude, like even as a guitar player, it's like, yeah, you got to maintain it. You got to fucking, every once in a while, you got to replace the frets or whatever. You got to get it set up, and you got to get a new pack of strings every so often. But like drums, like, dude, changing a pack of strings, what does that cost? Like, depending on like the kind of guitar
maybe,
player,
right.
yeah. And then as a drummer, it's like one ride cymbal goes cracked, and it's like,
now you have to buy a new
$200 for that fucking one cymbal,
Right.
much less the sticks, the seat, all the skin.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that is such a burden to maintain. And that's the other great thing about being a vocalist is all I need is exactly what I'm holding in my hand right now.
Right.
Like, I don't need anything else. I just got to keep my fucking lungs in working order, and I'm good.
Those Pall Malls aren't helping that.
Hey, man, it didn't stop me.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, well, it did. I am stopped, but it wasn't that did it. It was a guy named Don. Fuck him. I told him that last week when I saw it, and I'm going to say it again. That would be the guitar player of Writhing, who's the one who threw the monkey wrench into it and made me miserable.
Like that pause.
Now I can't be in
like-
this great band anymore.
You turned into William Shatner.
Well,
I-
yeah.
Miserable.
I do. I mean, I miss being in bands. I miss doing it, and I have plenty of opportunities. But the other thing is being married with kids and shit. It's like I was in Writhing before the kids started coming, so it was like, well, I already have this obligation to these guys. I got to go do this
grandfathered
thing.
in.
We got to practice. We've been paying money into it, and it's like now it's over, and it's like, all right, now it's time to man up and do all the dad shit around the house, and it's like. Jeff, right? He was asking if I could. Oh no, that's not cool. Okay, and now it's like all these people want me to fucking be in their bands, but it's hard.
Yeah, this guy's totally not going to get fucked up or anything.
Yeah.
Here he goes.
This is dangerous.
Oh my gosh.
This is snapping. Oh! Whoa, that was better than I had hoped.
See, we're watching all these excellent injury videos,
That is a neck injury. man.
That kid.
and it's not going to transfer.
It's not going to transfer on audio.
But
You were talking about what ruined your vocal or your singing. Mine was pneumonia.
okay.
I got pneumonia when we were practicing in the garage.
Oh, yeah. We'd practice in Hillary's garage.
We practiced in his sister's garage, and we had like one of those heaters that was like a jet flame that came out of it, like a tube looking thing.
Yeah.
It got so cold in there, and we were in and out, and I got pneumonia, and I tried doing practice and everything with pneumonia.
Didn't
did
you
a show.
paralyze a vocal cord?
Like I coughed up blood at one point,
Oh, jeez.
and then it healed, and we did it for another year after that.
Yeah, but we made
like
$70.
my
at the
voice still
IROC.
cracks. My voice still cracks to this
Totally worth
day, and
it.
it's been like 19 years. Wow. Because of that. So
Yeah, I had to. one thing I don't miss too is like when you were in a band, there was
Was he
always a
trying to
guy that
repel
was in the band that was delusional about how good you were. Like, we're gonna go all the way. I'm like, no, we're not. I'm thinking that to myself.
No.
I'm like, we're not even the best band here tonight.
I don't think so.
much.
They're
less.
all dead.
Yeah. But I had when I left the band with you guys when I was a Skarnak, I joined a band called Mainline, and our guitar player. I don't want him.
He thought it was
never
his
gonna
ticket.
listen.
He thought it was his ticket.
He thought like he believed in his heart he was the greatest guitar player in the world.
That's pretty good if you have the chops to back it up.
He was he could do like sweeps and arpeggio, you know. He was
good.
He was a really good player,
When I was younger,
but he wasn't as good as he thought he was.
No.
I've always wanted to sweep. I still can't.
And it got to the point where how many original songs did you guys actually have when you guys stopped?
Original?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You had a couple Pantera covers.
Well, we did a couple. We did Cowboys from Hell, and we did Becoming.
Yeah.
Two fantastic songs.
Yeah, he was a good player, but we had about 12 or 13 original songs, and it was some decent stuff, but it was just good. It wasn't great. It was okay.
It wasn't. Yeah.
One
was
our
good stuff.
singer Kevin, who listens, by the way, hi Kev. He became like a lifelong friend of mine. When he told him, he goes, I just don't think we're the best band in the world. And he goes, well, you're in the wrong band. Maybe you shouldn't. He wanted to kick him out of the band for not believing that we
Yeah.
were the best band in the world. So he wanted to kick Kevin out.
For being realistic.
Yep.
Yep. And then when Kevin did quit the band, Kevin kept his motorcycle at Jeff's house. And Jeff's like, "Are you gonna stay in my band, or am I gonna have to chop your motorcycle in half with a sawzall?" So for quitting the band, he was gonna destroy his Triumph motorcycle with a sawzall.
Sounds like an even trade.
Yeah, but you know
fair.
the thing is like Jeff was awesome in that he was unaware of like how he was That's the best kind of person.
see,
They just don't get it.
like,
He wore the Van Halen shirt, from the tour of when Van Halen did it.
Yeah, it was an original shirt.
He didn't get like a replica that was modern. It was the one he got when he was like 6 or whatever.
That's awesome.
And I just to touch on that guy for a second, because I don't know the guy, never met the guy, but I remember when we were jamming together, I've heard these stories. I knew of the members of that band because actually I met you through Kevin, who was became my band's singer, and then I met you, and then I met Nick, and then I heard about Jeff. Jeff reminded me of, if anybody's ever seen American Movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Like
have.
that. Like the fucking, what's his name? Borchardt, I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Wait, is that the guy
But
who
that
wants a
does-
soda?
No. That's the fucking
His
the
sidekick.
brain dead guy. That's
Yeah.
he drinks Surge or whatever.
I need my
but
soda.
no, the dude who was doing the movie. The Coven.
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 He called it Coven, but it was
he
supposed to
called
be
it
Coven.
Coven because Coven sounds like oven. But that's what he reminded me of. That level of delusion. He had the mustache, the stringy fucking thinning hair, the Van Halen half shirt, the whole fucking 9 yards with this fucking guy. And
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, he thought the band's image. He thought the problem with the band's image was me because I wasn't like a metal. Like I was in metal bands, but I dressed like I do now. I would maybe for a show I would wear black. That's all I would change.
sweatpants, t-shirts, ball cap, whatever.
Yeah. But when we did a show, I look like the guys in Hatebreed or something, like a jock metal type. look.
He wanted you to wear the bullet belt buckle.
He thought the problem was me, like far as the look. It's like I was the issue.
Everyone else
We
is
weren't
the
going to
issue,
get
not him.
signed because of me. In his mind,
And he never changed. He always wore sweatpants with that cutoff Van Halen
he had
shirt.
a cut. The shirt was a cutoff. Did I mention that?
No, you
Yeah.
didn't. But
The
I
shirt, his belly, his navel showed.
Yeah.
It
Like,
showed.
long,
that's like the
curly
Bill S.
hair.
Preston.
And this is
Esquire
2003, man. This or 2000. This isn't.
He never
The
took off his
80s.
hat. Ever, his hat never came off his head.
The belly
No.
shirt. I like it.
Well, he was balding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
skull it. And that's the thing, though. Like, I think that could have been, unfortunately, it could have been an excellent documentary had someone been filming that guy, just based on what I've heard secondhand.
Yeah, and the thing about him though, he was a good person in that he would do anything for you. Like if you needed help, he did have a lot of good personality traits. If you needed, he was handy, like a carpenter type. If you needed like a porch built or something, your fucking door jam was fucked up, he was great.
Yeah,
and he would show up and he would do it. And he'd give you the shirt off his back, but not the Van Halen.
Not the Van Halen shirt.
But the
Rightfully
other shirt,
so.
the other shirts, he'd give them to you.
So you're talking about, like, what do you miss about it? You know, because most of us aren't, not a single one of us in this room. We were all musicians, but none of us are in a band currently.
No.
Right.
I mean, maybe a couple of us in the room have aspirations to jump back on the horse. Maybe not. But, like, so what do you miss about it? And I guess that's what I guess we could put the focus on for a second.
I miss all the legions of chicks.
So many women.
Nah, I never got
that listen to metal. Right.
Yeah. I just kind of, I guess it's like anything you do with dudes. The camaraderie.
Yeah.
I don't, I
didn't like the way you worded that. All the things you do with dudes.
Yeah. all the camaraderie. CUM.
I didn't even think that.
Jerking each other off, all that fun shit.
Whoa. Oh, that was...
What, you mean you don't do this in your band?
Yeah, we had a really fun band, I'm telling you.
Yeah. It was extra weird because there was 3 family members in the same band.
Yeah. Our band,
There's a lot of stuff to miss, like depending on like the type of band that you were in. Like I've had the good fortune of, I haven't been in a ton of bands, but I've been really essentially in actually like 2, because the first band that I was really
you were in for
of,
like 20 years,
right, was the one that we jammed together in. And then when I went back and started jamming with that same drummer, it was almost kind of the same band. You know what I mean? It was the same similar experience. We jammed in the same basement with all the same gear except for like a member or 2 was different. And then I had Writhing, and then like other like offshoots. But with Writhing, that was like a relatively successful band. Like we were. It was all good dudes. All there was.
That was a good band.
And I wasn't part of any audition process. It's like when I joined the band, I was the final guy to join that band. There was no tryouts. I never experienced any of that stuff. It was like, all right, you're the guy that we want to sing for us. Now let's fucking record the shit and go gig. So as far as that band goes, it's like I miss just jamming with excellent musicians and playing shows with this fucking awesome band. But the shit that like we did, we auditioned a lot of guys, guitar players, vocalists, and
that was great.
Man, like just the fucking freaks that would come out.
Yeah, that you got to tell them about Squeaky. That was the greatest.
Squeaky.
You can't script.
Was his
Squeaky.
name Squeaky? I thought it was Squiggy.
Was
or
it Squiggy
or fucking Squishy?
Doesn't
or one of
matter.
those.
It was something like that.
Yeah, and it was like
And he was
we
like
were,
4'2", or whatever.
We were all in our 20s playing like new metal type stuff, right? It was like an amalgam of Kill Switch Engage, Hate Breed, like I don't know.
We were probably most
Lamb
like
of God.
Like metalcore
Chimera,
kind of.
like Chimera had like their older stuff that was
Yeah.
more new metal, but
Right.
then they're more double bassy blast beat shit later.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we did.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, and then we had this guy because it's like because I wrote all the guitar stuff for the band, but like I wanted someone else to be there so that we could like do live what I heard in my head, and then. Oh wait, no, Squishy wasn't a guitar player; he was a singer.
That's what he was.
That's right. Yeah, we had him out as a singer, and I don't even know, man. I can't even begin. It's like you telling a story on a podcast. There's almost no way to do it justice. The guy had like a safety cut. It's like there's a mullet. Everybody knows what a mullet is, but then there's like the safety mullet. Does anybody know the difference?
No,
Please explain.
So like the mullet, you just got like the fucking business in front, party in the back, whatever. It's short, but like the safety cut is the bangs have to be there, right? Like so it has to like have that like Lloyd Christmas thing going across the forehead, and then like the feathered thing going in the back. And this dude is like, we were all, I think at the time I was like maybe in my early mid-20s, 25 years old, something like that. And, whatever. This guy shows up, he's like 46. He's got the safety cut.
So it's kind
He's
of like
got the
the Joe
fucking
Dirt
tight jeans, and he's throwing fucking ninja kicks and shit and fucking getting in my face when we're doing the audition. And like I said, it's like that whole Chimera type vibe, whatever, like how you put it.
Yeah.
And he's like the,
I like how he kept walking over and getting in your face.
Yeah.
He had it out for you. Like
He
when
was,
he,
like,
when he
looking
would
at
hit
me
the
like
notes, he would
wanting to
get
riff
ready. You
off
get like
of
an
me or
inch from
something.
Matt's fucking face.
And he's like, I got a 6-string in my pocket. Like I'm like, it's not jiving with anything we're doing, and I'm trying my goddamnedest to not even look at this guy. And I look back at fucking Keith, our drummer, and he's like looking this way, like I can see I'm about to bust. I look over to Mike. Everybody's looking away, like I don't see this.
Nobody wants to laugh.
Nobody wants to die laughing and stop playing their instrument, and I have to listen. I not listen to the guy, but the guy I can smell what he ate for fucking breakfast 2 days ago, and he's in my fucking face throwing spin kicks, fucking screaming about how he has a 6-string in his pocket with like, and it was the most. And then we had to stop. And I would be like, all right, well, no, I fucked up that part. I gotta get my footing again. Oh, it wasn't me, dude. And no, it wasn't you. It was totally him. Oh, sorry, man. I have a tendency to freak people out. And this guy's just fucking on another
Fuck
level.
yeah, you do.
And guys like that, though. But we had some fucking killers come out. A couple guys that came out to try out as guitar players. And this is like
Kevin Frazard. He's a famous YouTuber.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is local talk, but actually, Kevin Frazard is a pretty fucking formidable presence on YouTube.
Well, he's famous on YouTube for two things. He's a great guitar player, and he's about 250 pounds of muscle.
He has 0% body.
He has a bodybuilding channel. He's a fitness YouTuber.
Oh, okay.
And I asked him one time in a comment, I'm like, hey, dude, you remember when you tried out for our band in the war? And he's like, oh, and he's like the nicest guy. He's like, I remember you guys, yeah. And like, but he was looking to do like straight death metal.
Yeah.
He told us, he goes, you guys are fine. You do what you do well. But I'm looking to do just like straight death metal. I'm like,
on YouTube,
we're not doing that.
He
you know?
does like Slayer covers, Cannibal Corpse, Behemoth. Like he just does all these like guitar covers where it's like, watch me do like this Behemoth song, tuned down, all down picking or whatever. And he's like fucking massive bodybuilder dude. But he's cool. And then
he looks like a guy that was in the gang from fucking Van Damme's movie Cyborg.
right.
He looked like he would be one of those guys. That's how big
Like,
he is.
I
was
love
it
that
Fender
movie.
Tremolo? Or...
Yeah. You ever see the names of the gang, pirate gang?
Oh, and
They're named after all guitars.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's a really good movie.
But anyway, yeah, Kevin Frazard tried out for our band.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually had a lot of really good musicians come through. It just didn't jive with, because at the time, again, like new metal was a thing, and our drummer, he was kind of the ringleader. Everything was kind of built. He was the guy who started the band. He had the vision, and he wasn't like the biggest extreme death metal type dude. But we would have a lot of guys try out that were like really good in more extreme genres.
Yeah.
Right.
They either didn't want to do what we were doing, or they didn't fit what we were. They were just a little too heavy.
Or they were 80s as fuck.
Yeah, that's what happened.
80s. Blazing fucking.
How many bands you been in, Jason? You think
3?
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in my first band with some friends from high school. We were in that for 4 or 5 years. We recorded some music. I have some recordings of that, and then I was in Scorn Deity for a few years.
Good band.
Yeah, pretty
Black metal.
Yeah, and then I was jamming with some friends. We haven't played in about a year, but more alternative rock kind of.
Now our first band, we started the band because we used to do skits in the garage, like acting skits, and then we made up a band as a joke.
Yes.
And we just thought it was funny how he screamed. He didn't.
That's
sing.
a brilliant start story.
He literally screamed like how he would argue with us in an argument. That was his singing voice.
Yeah.
Like it was a domestic dispute.
Yeah.
That was the screaming style.
So and it was we wanted to base it around
Great
how
name
he
for a
would
band,
yell
by
at
the
his
way.
brother. Correct.
Yeah.
And we wanted to base the entire band around how because the funny thing is there's people now that don't even believe you ever had that temper because he's totally chill. But when he was young, he was really angry
All the time.
and he would scream and bitch constantly. Like, we just need to give you a mic and we'll be. I didn't know how to play. That's how I started playing bass. I had no musical background. It was after high school. I'm like, well, I'll play bass because to learn guitar in a short period of time takes a while. So I'll learn bass. And his brother played guitar. And it was a total joke. We never ever planned. I never in a million years was going to be a musician. I didn't have the musical upbringing or anything. Mm-hmm. And we took it to we knew a guy that was a kind of an accomplished drummer, our buddy Nick. He'd been in bands for years around here. And he was pretty good. And we said, here, dude, could you do a couple drum tracks for us? And he listened to it. He goes, and we practiced with him a couple times.
Yeah.
He goes, I want to play shows. I'm like, what? He goes, this is great. Because he liked the raw punk.
Yeah.
It was he played like a metal style, but it was punk. Mostly 3 or 4 chords per song because we couldn't play anything beyond that. We didn't have the capability.
No. It was
and
bad.
he just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So the first show we played, every lyric you wrote was some sort of. It's like, why do you make me? It's about beating up women and.
Because
the
original
weird now that you're married
concept-
with kids.
Yeah. My wife doesn't listen, so she'll never hear that. But,
Well, she knows. She saw the band.
oh yeah, that's how we met. We re-met. But basically, it was our whole goal was to do something funny, but also we wanted to be offensive. But no one took us seriously as being offensive.
Yeah,
So-
everybody would come up to we even played a show. Our first show, we were so like unthreatening with these hateful lyrics. Our first show was with a lesbian feminist band. That was our first show. Remember them?
Well, do you count Bob Fest as our first show?
That was our first.
We played someone's driveway.
You guys played Bob Fest? Light Show Bob?
No.
It was a friend of ours passed away. Well, not ours.
They
but
built
the
the stage in the driveway right in front of the
awesome.
garage. It was much of a... And we just played... we only knew like 2 songs.
We played 3 songs, I think.
Well, we played a couple covers too. Because we played...
did Blur.
We did Blur. We
That
did
song
Blur's
was-
song too. We did Basket Case by Matt's favorite band, Green Day. And then we did a Nirvana song.
Smells Like Teen
Yeah,
Spirit.
we did some like,
Yeah.
and then we did a couple of originals.
But
That's pretty cool.
our first, when we were ready to play our
First-
own music,
Yeah.
was with a lesbian feminist band. I'm like, and all our lyrics were misogynistic. As
Well, it was also
sin.
about fast food too.
Yeah, and I was like, dude, you realize that these girls are all lesbians, right? And they're like activists, like Green Party lesbians.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we got to get up there and do it. And they loved it. They came up to us and hugged us. They go, because they were so unthreatening. They're like, we get the joke, we get it. You know, like nowadays we'd be like,
Right.
I'd be ran out of town and killed.
Yeah.
That was back
Your
when
shows
people
would be
actually
protested.
got
Antifa
that
would
there
beat
was a
the
difference
shit out of me
between
at the
jokes.
bar.
Right.
Oh man.
But
That
yeah,
was
that's our story.
You screwed up my order. I remember that song.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was actually more of what he did. It's just we had a couple songs that were.
Yeah.
We ended every song though with "bitch." That was
Yeah.
our goal. Like bitch. That was the
Even
last
Jesse, even cover songs, we added
thing. We
bitch
did
to it.
Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's Girl.
Jesse's Girl, and then the song from the Lost Boys, "The Beach."
Yeah, still believe.
The guy
I still
with the
believe-
saxophone. I
Yeah.
love that
We did the whole
song.
song though, the whole 5-minute song.
We played the whole song.
That's great.
Yeah. We actually bought the soundtrack so we could learn the song.
That's brilliant. I used to smoke weed when I and queue up that scene with my friends and watch because that greased up guy playing the sax.
That's what inspired us was his greasiness.
That fucking was awesome.
And we now it's super popular. You're talking this was 19 years ago and we were
Yeah,
covering
yeah.
that song.
Yeah, I hate to be all hipster, but nobody was doing it. When
We did it first.
like, and then it became a thing. The sax guy. Then I seen years later. They did a Saturday Night Live skit.
It was kind of based on
Yeah.
it became a thing.
yeah.
No way.
Not because of us.
No,
obviously.
no, we didn't start a trend, but because it was like John Hamm on Saturday Night Live, and he did a sax guy like that where he'd like bust through the walls and start
Yeah.
playing a sax.
There
pretty
was a video I saw on YouTube called "Sexy Saxophone Guy."
Is with the mustache and he plays Careless
and he's
Whisper
got-
everywhere.
Yeah, Careless Whisper,
Yeah.
right? In
Yep.
public locations. Yeah,
He actually got kicked out of the mall a few times.
yeah. It's
We did that too. Remember that gorilla where we do like gorilla music and we had like the pocket amps.
Oh yeah.
We wanted to like Coney Island and just start playing songs real quick.
We had
that's cool.
They had well, one of us
was it the little Marshall amp that like
Yeah.
you could put on your belt?
I used it
buckle?
for the bass, and then the other guys had acoustics, I believe, and then Nick had bongos.
Nick had bongos, yeah.
That was my first amp.
And we had friends that like worked at Coney Island and a couple other places, but we went to like random places and just started playing out of nowhere.
It was weird. Like we didn't get any reaction, good or bad. Everyone just acted like
They
we
just
weren't
looked at us
there.
like we were stupid.
They just like look at us when they walk by.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's the worst, though, man. Like, I mean, a bad reaction is still a reaction.
Right.
At least that's what you.
Yeah, I figured someone was going to get offended or something. It never happened.
Yeah.
Or at least like give some change to
Yeah,
give some money to you.
we got nothing. We weren't even good enough to get people mad.
Remember our ill-fated acoustic show
Yeah,
at the pizza place?
I thought that was okay.
I thought it was
You
good.
guys-
but
everybody like
a lot of people walked up and said, "Yeah, it was okay, but it was kind of weird."
Yeah, well, they weren't used to the art.
No,
We went. And,
we thought for some reason our music would translate well as an acoustic show. It didn't work.
whatever.
That's funny.
It's-
I
You
liked
gotta know
it.
your limits.
I liked it a lot.
I had fun doing it, but whatever.
We were inspired by Eric Clapton and all the other Unplugged people. So we're
Yeah.
like, let's slow the songs down, and then Nick just played the bongos
Yeah,
faster.
it's like anal cunt decided to play an acoustic set.
Yeah, basically.
It's basically
Well,
what
that's
we
what
did.
Picnic of Love was for all the anal cunt fans out there. But yeah, what you really needed was you didn't have your kid fucking fly himself out a fucking third-story window.
Yeah,
Who, Clapton?
You know, I mean, you guys. That's that's why you didn't have the success.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That wasn't a third-story window, man.
30th.
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I misspoke.
I was
The
making
third
sure.
story might
That's
knock
probably
the wind
not
out of
accurate either.
I think it was like 39, but
If you
Hey,
fall
but-
from that height, do you explode when you hit the ground?
Your
don't know.
innards do.
There's a video that I sent. I didn't put it in our group, but it was just because it was particularly horrific. Guy fell off a crane, probably 200-300 feet, and his head hit like a curb type thing on a bridge directly, and it exploded like a watermelon. And skull fragments, literally, you hear it like raining down on like tin. You know, there's
oh,
like
gross. That doesn't sound cool.
I was so turned on. Just being serious.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty bad. Don't watch it. Around
Do not watch
people
that.
if you're sensitive.
Send it to me, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, you're getting it.
That's Church of Butts material right there.
That
It's
is
pretty gory.
That would work well.
I'm about to. Well, nah, this is gonna be a conversation for two, so fuck it.
All right, we got.
You gonna quit the church?
Yeah,
I honestly,
done?
I posted a few things, but I've been kind of,
that's a two. That's a 2-person conversation that we'll have after.
yeah.
Well, the thing about when you join those private like YouTube groups, not YouTube, Facebook groups, it starts out funny with funny memes, and then everything turns into either pure Stormfront racism or scat porn, and everybody's trying to shock each other.
Right.
That's what it becomes.
It's
I'm not trying to be funny.
Well,
That's
my-
what
my
everybody tries
thing
to
was
one-up.
that-
If it's too much for me, I'm telling you, it's too much.
The group that we were part of was regularly about like crazy people, like people getting mutilated and shit. It was like they called it the Church of Butts because it was for assholes. I don't know. And it was just like horrible shit. People fucking shitting their pants, or fucking people getting
Yeah.
mutilated, or like all this horrific shit. And then you try to be funny about it, which is kind of challenging but interesting. And now all it is fucking not dank memes, but just like fucking shit you'd
It's
see in your
in other
news feed on a
groups.
regular basis.
Oh, it's
And
gotten
then
too weak for you.
One
It
guy
really
or
has.
3 people in the group, like there's one dude that constantly shares, "Oh, this is the Church of Butts." All I'm gonna do is post pictures of chicks' butts.
Oh, you talked about him a couple
and
weeks ago.
then there's another chick in there that's like, "Oh, this is the Church of Butts. Let me show everyone my butt." And
yeah.
then that guy responds to that girl, and everybody fuck. That's not what the fucking group was supposed to
No.
be. It was supposed to be about horrific shit, people get mutilated, and fucking terrible stuff. And now all I see is actual butts, and this group sucks now.
And Cardi B memes, like urban memes.
or memes
When
that I
Pay
can
makes
see
out with
on-
me.
in my
I
fucking
see it
normal
in
feed. This
5 or
is
6 other
pointless for me
groups.
to be in this fucking group.
I agree.
So I'm about to quit.
I've been trying to find stuff to post.
Just go on 4chan.
Yeah.
That's it.
If you wanna get it.
Go to like fucking.
You want
the place you wanna
yeah.
be.
If you want to see the intense shit, that's where you go.
or like some Sarkoza or whatever. But well, I mean, that honestly now though with like kids, my heart has changed a little bit. Like when I don't want to see too much faces of death mutilation type stuff. You know, I think a little too much
I've kind of lost
about
my.
that. Yeah, but I want to see something at least close to that, or something something edgy, offensive. I don't want to just see some chick twerking. Like I don't give a fuck.
We've gotten to the point where we have SpongeBob memes and stuff in the group too. It's like,
Yeah, I still have people like on Facebook that send me private. It's people I don't really know that well, and there'll be a Facebook private message, and it'll just be like really horrific porn. And it's like, it's one thing if it's one of your buddies that you know trying to grow. It's like, dude, I haven't talked to you since 10th grade, and you're sending me a guy sliding down a slip and slide, and then his dick goes in the girl's mouth, and
What?
It's like, yeah, I was like, why are you sending me this? You're not my friend.
That is terrible.
You know, like I don't know you good enough. What
It's a pretty interesting experience.
But send me
though.
that also.
That is something
I'll send it. I'll put it in the group.
Okay.
I got it reversed. She goes down the slip and slide, and she slides into the guy's dick. I'm just telling you what happened.
That doesn't sound as cool.
But that's what happens.
Yeah.
It's pretty gruesome.
I don't.
Anyway, I don't know this guy well enough to be getting this shit from him. You got to know me to gross me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually been off of Facebook for 3 years, maybe.
That's probably the right thing to do.
It's not really worth
No.
anything. If I wasn't doing the YouTube thing and I wasn't part of like some of the stupid entity, well, I don't want to say stupid.
I'm on Instagram and Snapchat. I'd say I would probably get a Facebook again if there was a product or something that I was marketing, like myself, or like, if I do end up putting out more content, then I would do that. But other than that, I don't know if I would.
That's probably 90%
That's
of what I
the
do.
only reason I'm on Facebook. I don't even post as myself much at all. It's just this.
And I
for
do
this show.
a
That's
little
it.
bit, but most of the time I post this podcast like 38 different groups,
Yeah,
do
I mean,
advertising and stuff, but
That's it.
it hasn't worked well yet, but I'm still open.
We're gaining a new viewer per month.
Hey, man.
One
New
a month.
traction.
So
Gaining
we live to be.
traction.
If you
We'll be
get one
popular if
person-
we live to be the Triassic period.
If you get one person who
Old.
isn't related to you and that doesn't know you at all to listen to you, you've succeeded.
Yeah, I still haven't found sound evidence of that.
No.
But only thing
Well,
I can
how?
tell is that.
You said somebody listened to us in Spain.
Well, I mean, they contact us.
Oh.
I can track who listens and where not who they are, but where they're from. And there's some guy, I don't want to say because he might like, I'm not going to listen anymore because but there's a guy somewhere that isn't from here and he listens to everything.
Oh, wow.
A different state or different country?
Different state.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about.
And he listens to everything. And I don't want to call him out, hey, you, it's so-and-so, because they're like, I ain't going to listen. You're going to track my IP. I can't look at your IP. Anybody, I just can look at where you're from when you listen.
Just the metrics.
Yeah. I can't
For
look at who
market
you are.
purposes, right?
I don't know anything about you.
Other than that, if I see something stupid, I might repost it, but most of the time it's just Radio Underground stuff.
And that's how unpopular my show is, that I know like where they're all from. Okay, there's a guy from Sweden, but he's from a forum guy. I know him.
25% is from
No,
a
there's-
5-mile radius of here.
His name's Danis or Danis. He's in a forum, like an MMA forum,
Oh.
and he listens. He's from Sweden. Hey, Danis, how you doing? I think
I
his
found
real
out-
name's Daniel.
I found out a guy
Hi,
on my
Daniel.
kickball team has listened to every episode.
I do.
Yeah, you don't know him, but I just found out yesterday. He's like, yeah, I listen to every episode. I'm like, what?
Really?
That's cool.
That's weird. Yeah. Well, the funny thing is like I thought that.
His name is Dan. He's a really good guy. Hi, Dan.
Yeah, I thought people like at my work didn't listen to me. Then I go into like, hey, that take on AIDS was hilarious. I'm like, oh boy, because that's my most offensive one I probably ever recorded.
Yeah, it
And I was like really hammered. I went on a big rant, and that's the one like
You walk in, you're like,
you
"Please
got to
don't
live
fire
with
me."
no regrets on here, but I might not have done that one if I had to do it.
it was
I had
pretty
to-
good.
I had to do it again.
So bad that while you were doing it, Craig was like, "Oh man!"
Then
like
Craig
he knew,
started. Then Craig started. He pretended he was shocked.
Yeah.
And he starts laughing.
and then he kept on egging it on a little
Well,
bit.
he egged it on. He goes, "Well, tell me what you feel about it, Michael." I'm like, so I just started going. Yeah,
That was a good
we
one.
can change the subject real quick. Rambo 5.
Yes,
That's one of the main things you wanted to talk about, Jason.
I'm so excited for this. It's a brilliant idea. Rambo versus the cartels. Why wasn't this thought of earlier?
yeah.
It looks pretty. It seems like it's going to be a gory Home Alone. 'Cause it's like there's like rakes and shit going through them in the trailer. You know.
Well, you know, did you guys get the same vibe when it started? The music started playing, and it shows him like doing stuff lonely on a farm and stuff. It's like almost like a
Yeah.
Logan type vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought. I was like, this is like Logan.
I want to know how he gets caught up in the mess. You know.
Well, the character John Rambo is from Arizona,
Right.
Yes.
so border state.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
they're maybe they were trafficking people and drugs through his.
Oh, you want
land.
No, there's a synopsis on there too. Somebody who's actually working on the ranch, their daughter gets kidnapped by a cartel.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's how it starts.
There it is.
Yes. So that's it.
I wonder
So
if
he's
they're going to
gotta
have better aim than the Cambodians.
Probably
They can't
not.
hit him. They can never fucking hit him. I
Ever.
figured just one of them would have aim.
I love that one too. That there what
I'm sorry, the Burmese.
yeah,
not
yeah,
Cambodian.
yeah.
Oh, no, you're right. Well, was
there a
Cambodians?
Cambodian one,
Wasn't that
too?
part 2? Cambodians?
Yeah,
Did he kill Pol Pot? What had happened?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So none of them can shoot.
No, they like.
The only one who actually shot. Well, no, actually, he didn't get shot by a Russian either. He got shrapnel from a Russian
Right.
Was it Russian?
in part 3.
Okay, that's the one where he's like in Afghanistan or
Yeah.
something
Yes.
like
when,
that.
when he teams up with the Mujahideen.
Yeah.
Yeah. funny that happens. We always end up helping people. That
So he didn't
we
get
are
shot in
turning
that
on.
either. It was something happened and he got wood through his side, and then he pulled it out and burned it with the gunpowder.
Right. Cauterize it.
That famous thing where he's.
Yeah.
The
So,
famous face.
I don't think he's ever been shot by anybody in any movie.
No, the first one he got tortured because the Viet Cong caught him.
They did show that in like flashbacks. Yeah. In the first
but
one.
right.
And then he got tortured again in the second one because he got caught by them, and they did the electric thing where he's on like a bed frame.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then 3, they didn't catch him.
Right.
Spit on me, protest me. Call me
And
a
then
baby
in
killer.
part 4, he outran a bomb.
Yeah, yeah.
He runs fast.
He does run fast.
Part 4 was probably one of my favorite action films.
Oh, it was so
ever.
good.
Oh.
Because it was just so over the top. It gives you what you want.
Yeah, when he rips out that guy's his trachea, his Adam's apple.
Oh yeah, all Roadhouse and stuff.
Yeah.
The crowd at that, it was like a sporting event.
It really was.
When we went there, people were clapping. When people were like, when he went nuts, like, oh yeah, it was seriously like a sporting event. And then when
It's like you're at a Buffalo Wild Wings.
and then when the platoon leader or the main bad guy like brushed the one kid's hair, implying that he was a pedophile, the whole crowd went, oh,
like he wasn't a bad enough guy. He was like he's also a pedophile.
Right.
he's a pedophile. They should have had him kick a dog just to make him that much worse.
The producers want to make sure everybody hates this man.
He's gonna just kick a puppy.
He also ran a Ponzi scheme when he stole a bunch of money from people too.
Yeah,
Everybody's retirement funds.
he's got his internet hooked up in his hut, just fucking taking people's 401k.
We actually had a lady crying in the theater at the movie because there's a part where they throw a baby into a fire near the beginning.
Oh, right. Yeah.
This lady was bawling in front of
Yeah,
us.
and he's laughing at her.
Because I'm like, it's a movie.
It's come on.
And then we had our buddy who was a vet who had done a couple of tours in Iraq, and he's just laughing at everything in the movie.
Because he knows how like war actually goes. He's like, he's just dying because it's to him. It's like pro wrestling is the fighting. He's like,
Right.
what the fuck, man? He's like,
Oh man,
but he
Such a good
loved the
movie.
part when he got the 50 cal, and he goes, I love that part when he gets a 50 cal in the back of that truck.
That's like a 15
just
minute
meat.
scene, too.
That's what I
He's
mean.
just
It's so
gunning
long.
Everybody down.
My son's watched the first 3 with me now, and I think we're going to go on to the 4th one.
Nice.
Finally,
Nice.
you know,
Yeah.
he's old enough. He's 15. He can watch
But
them.
him versus the cartels, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And I bet because they don't want to be like totally like politically incorrect, he's gonna have like a Latino helper that helps him
right.
out. So it ain't all about killing every Latin person ever. Right. It's not like a Trump endorsed movie. Or
Was
something.
it last week we talked about he had an idea for another? Oh, that was Rocky. He had another idea for Rocky where basically he was training a kid who got deported, and he had to go back and find him wherever he was from, and the kid had to fight his way back to freedom or something.
Oh, wow.
By boxing.
That would be. I mean, that's kind of a cool idea. I do like the Creed series. I haven't seen the second one. yet.
I haven't either. That's weird. I have not watched part 2 yet.
Yeah.
I watched the first one.
It was a good movie.
Then I watched when he fought Mason the Lion Dixon.
Oh yeah, you're going
Antonio Tarver, who's an actual
Yeah.
fighter.
Ah, right.
back. Oh wait, that was Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, I watched
wasn't
the one
it?
before that,
That's
yeah.
right. I kept on thinking it was 5 with Tommy Morrison, but who was the guy he fought? He had a name like that too. Was it
Tommy,
I didn't hear no bell.
Union Kane? Yeah,
Fought Union Kane.
yeah.
I like how they every like black guy in Rocky has like the fucking weirdest name.
Apollo Creed, Mr. T.
Mr.
I don't remember what his name was. In it.
Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang. Yeah,
Clubber
Clubber
Lang.
Lang
I almost
was
said Thunder Lips,
unbeatable.
but that was Hulk Hogan.
Those
Thunder Lips.
those are fantastic names.
They are.
What's the best Rocky movie? Your favorite, I should say, not necessarily the best one.
Okay. Well, I mean, I love Rocky 4.
Everybody loves Rocky 4.
I know, but if I really, man, I like Rocky 3 though too.
I think that's the debate. Most people are back and forth between those two.
Like one was just a good drama.
Yeah,
It's almost like it's not a Rocky film.
It was,
Right.
yeah.
Even though it was the first one, it's not really a Rocky film. It's like it's kind of sad and
it didn't play off of its own legend yet.
Yeah, it was like a drama. Like
Yeah.
he was destitute and he's just can't fucking see out of one eye, and pinned his. He pins Adrian into a wall and force like that would not fly now.
No.
Then she marries him.
I would argue that the first Rambo is a drama.
No, that's exactly what I was going to go to.
Yeah.
Well, that was based off a book, and the guy that wrote the book, his brother was a Vietnam War vet that got shit from protesters. Like real left-wing people were fucking with him. So his brother, in anger, tried to tell a story. So the guy that wrote it, he wanted it to be kind of like a revenge thing. Like they were sent to the war, they were drafted, they didn't want to go, and then they come home, people shit on them. Well, now you're going to get it.
Right.
Kind of thing,
So it's kind of the evolution of both those series, where it started off as like a really well-written, good drama for the first movie, and it kind of evolved into over-the-top.
The one-man army.
Not like over-the-top arm wrestling, over-the-top action movie stuff.
Let's pause right there for a
For
second.
over-the-top?
Fantastic movie.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Absolutely love over-the-top.
Absolutely.
I have it
my,
on Blu-ray.
My brother, he's an attorney now. Before he went to law school, he went to film school in California and spent a few years there. And I remember for one of his classes, he made some reels. So he made like a preview, like a 30-second preview. One of the movies he did it on was Over the Top. And one of them was for Out for Justice. But
good movie too.
when he made
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, God, I wish I could find this. It was on a VHS tape.
Gotta get your brother on here.
I know it was fantastic. Just seeing the the preview that he made for Over the Top. It was the most action-packed movie. It showed the truck driving through, the wall, the fence, breaking through. Man, it was really good, and it I mean, the movie was fantastic in its own right. But
It was.
yeah, Terry Funk was in that movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Terry Funk was like he was in a Roadhouse. He was like kind of the, always a goon. Just he was a goon, but he wasn't like an extra type goon. He was always just a step above an extra goon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he had a line or two.
He was like henchman number 4.
You ain't drinking, you're
Not
out.
henchman like 9.
Like the one Asian guy who was in Die Hard, who was also in Big Trouble in Little China and all of the 80s movies. He was always the one,
Yeah.
step above all the other goons.
Yeah.
There's Tiger Joe Lilly, I believe, is one of them. It's like I think the one you're talking about. There's one that looks like him.
Yeah, he had the skullet and the mustache.
Yeah, but there's
That guy,
but there's another one that looks almost like him who was Genghis Khan and like Bill and Ted. They look almost exactly alike.
Yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about. The guy who's Genghis Khan and Bill and Ted's.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Isn't
that
one
I
of
know
those
people's
guys
names.
in Dumb and Dumber?
The fight scene in the restaurant.
I don't know if
where
that's him,
he
though.
gets his heart ripped
There's one
out.
there's a couple of guys that looked almost exactly alike that did the same role for decades.
We know they all look alike.
Yeah.
Come on, let's not kid
Us
ourselves
white
here.
people all just assume that every other race looks exactly alike.
But Over the Top, at one time when I was younger, it might have been my favorite Stallone movie.
Yeah.
Because and that phrase, I own you, that like became a thing. Like no one said I own you, then it became like a gaming thing.
Yeah,
and
yeah, right.
So that guy started a phrase. And I guess he
drive trucks.
ad-libbed it too, because he was that guy that he went against was a legit like pro arm wrestler. And they said, well, just talk to him like how you're, because if you watch arm wrestling, those guys are actually dicks to each other. It's not that far off. You think like this movie, these characters. Look up the like Travis Bajent and some of these guys, the way the shit they talk at each other. They're pretty brutal.
That's funny.
They're real, but
Because a lot of it's psychological warfare.
Yeah.
It's just like any sport. You try to intimidate the other team, the other guy, whatever. You try to have that mental edge. And I mean, what else is there to do in arm wrestling other than arm wrestle? Like you're using one part of your body, and it's going up against that. It's pretty straightforward. There's not much other than paper fucking football that you're going to get that's simpler than that. And what else is there to do other than like, all right, well, how am I going to win if I'm not stronger than this guy? I got to find another way to win. So that's going to be, fucking with his head or something.
Except for the guy that's generally regarded as the greatest arm wrestler ever when he was in his prime, John Brzenk, and he's like the nicest, quiet guy. Super quiet.
Yeah, but he was just a fucking freak of nature. Like, that's...
Well, they always talk about, like, no one knows where he got his arm strength from, and I know what it is. He was an airline mechanic, so he's probably cranking fucking, wrenches and shit.
Right.
And his occupation probably gave him abnormal, like, grip strength.
My occupation gives me carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah.
Mine's bad back and high blood pressure. That's my gift from work.
Oh,
But
man.
let's take a stroll down Stallone memory lane for movies. Cobra. Another fantastic movie.
Marion Cobretti.
God, that car is brilliant.
I heard they might reboot it.
I would love to see that.
I heard either a movie, but there was also talk about making it a series.
That's it, series.
No, there was both. You're right.
All right.
There was both. At one point, it was a movie. Now they're talking about making it a series.
Oh, if they made a Netflix series for that, I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I just love the
Go ahead.
how he
I don't shop here.
him and Seagal and all those guys, they could kill like 14 people and then go home and sleep just fine.
Right.
No shred of PTSD, nothing.
You know what? That's the other thing. This is going to be a hard segue. But what you just mentioned that, like, you see all these movies, the good guy kills all these bad guys, but there's like they have to be sociopaths. Like, you can't like murder people, even if it's in self-defense. You know, like kill 50 guys and then go home and be normal.
Well,
so
if 80s movies taught us anything, you need a hero that has severe Asperger's.
right. The segue that I was going to make, though, is that in film, there's a lot that we just gloss over that you can't show on screen because it takes you out of the element. And one of those things is, so let me paint this scenario. The Joker. I don't care if it's Jack Nicholson. I don't care if it's Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix, which we haven't seen yet, of course. And then even Cesar Romero, whatever the fuck his name was. Have you ever seen the Joker eat lunch?
No.
Have you ever seen any supervillain
That would
or
humanize
horrible
them.
like Hans Gruber, like eat a biscuit
Gruber.
or a cheeseburger or anything, or do anything normal? They have to do it to survive.
Wait.
The Joker eats lunch, breakfast, and dinner. He has to do these things, but you never see it.
We saw Hans Gruber smoke a cigarette, though.
That's a supervillain
Well,
thing, though.
yeah.
That's twirling a mustache. That's doing something that's not good.
I have one exception for you. Brad Wesley from Roadhouse was eating eggs when Dalton came over, when he tried to solicit Dalton to his gang.
Yeah, but how was he eating eggs, though? Because, we go to Fright Night, and you got Chris Columbus eating an apple in every fucking scene that he's in. So it's not that you can't eat. It's how you eat.
How you eat.
Is it in a sinister way? Because I'll be honest.
J.C. Penney's coming here because of me.
As long as it's not
I've never
hard-boiled
seen
egg.
Roadhouse. I've seen bits and pieces of
What?
it. And
What? Whoa!
You want to know something?
Stop the press.
Well, that is goddamn un-American.
You want me to piss you off even more? Never saw Rambo. Never saw Rambo 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Never seen any of them.
All right, Matt, get out of here.
I'm
killing your mic.
99%
Give the mic
of
to
movies,
Jackie.
All right, Jackie, you're on. Jackie, you're in. We're putting you in.
Never seen most movies. I don't care about most movies. I don't care about most things, to be honest. But there are a few
How have
that
you
I have
lived to
seen.
38 years old? How have you survived this long
I know.
without seeing those movies?
That's why I've survived this long. I don't fucking stress myself out over dumb shit.
Oh my god!
Actually, I do.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense what I just said.
like,
I stress myself
I got
out over a
19
lot dumber
episodes
shit.
of
No, I just
to
don't
disprove
care.
that.
I just don't care about most things. And look, if I didn't see an 80s movie when I was a kid because I wasn't allowed, I just don't care about movies, to be honest.
You're
And that's
describing
the
me.
one thing when the guys from the movie sleuth approach me like, "Hey, you want to do videos for us?" I'm like, "I don't watch movies." Like, what do you want me to do? Well, every once in a while I play a video game. I can talk about that, but most movies I don't watch. But that's not the segue that I wanted to make. But because I have seen a few, and in every fucking movie I've seen, I've never seen fucking Sauron or fucking Darth Vader or Joker or any super fucking villain eat a biscuit or fucking.
Why would
cookie
Sauron
or
eat? He's
anything?
a fucking flame.
Yeah,
Right. All right. Sauron's a little. That's a.
Maybe
that's
I could
not
go
a
to
good example.
Sauron and make
He's
a
a feral.
marshmallow. You know,
But like
Maybe we meant Saruman.
He feeds
Saruman,
off the
yes,
darkness.
the white
wizard.
guy,
Okay.
the
Oh,
white-haired
Saruman.
guy. Yeah, you just don't see it. You don't see.
Lex Luthor ate in Superman 1.
You
the
never
first one.
see a fucking superhero jerking
I think
off
it's either
or
one or
fucking someone over either, and that's what most people fucking do.
Sure.
Everybody's fucked someone over in their life at least once a month. Everybody's jerked off at least fucking once or twice a day. You never see any of it. Now, granted, that's not what we need. We don't need to watch fucking
No.
Batman Begins and every other fucking scene is Christian Bale fucking jerking off
Well,
before he
you
goes
wanna
to
see
bed at
Batman
night.
finishes.
And we don't need to see the Joker slurping fucking spaghetti and
finger in
shit.
the butt.
But you've never fucking seen it. That's my thing. How am I supposed to identify with even Heath Ledger, as great a job as he did as a Joker?
I
You're
can't
supposed to
identify with these
him.
people. They're
I've
not
never seen him
masturbating
eat
enough.
a fucking bowl of spaghetti.
Suicide
I've never
Squad
seen him
teaming
jerk
up
off.
on Harley
I don't
Quinn.
associate this guy with a person.
Fair enough. I feel well. I that's probably
Did Hitler eat lunch?
If the Coen brothers had done it, they would.
Bet he did.
He's got a good point. Did you ever see Hitler eat?
Never.
See?
No, well, you did see Hitler eat. You did see Hitler be a nice guy sometimes.
We
That's
have to
the
hold
fucked up
these
thing.
people in
You know,
hot-
you know the
You've
most
seen-
fucked
there's
up
video
thing about
footage of him
Hitler
being
is
good to kids.
Hitler was the innovator, seriously, of animal rights. He wanted animals to not be harmed. He pushed animal rights.
Wow.
Did not know that.
I didn't know that.
So if you like
That's
animal rights,
going
you're
in.
Hitler.
That's,
Well,
going,
that goes to another fucking
correlated.
segue. Let me piss more people off.
that's going to go into the write-up tomorrow.
why?
Mike expounds the greatness of Hitler.
Right. So let's
You
talk
want to
about
get banned
how great.
from everything?
well, I'm certainly not contributing to PETA anymore.
Let's talk about how great Hitler was, and let's talk about how asinine that makes you if you're on Hitler's level. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I'm just going to preface that right now.
Hitler got
I don't know
drunk,
what
I'm
I'm
sure.
saying. So
You're like
right,
Hitler.
right, so we're talking about how
Hitler
Hitler
talked
was
on
an animal rights
microphones.
activist, and now
Hitler
I'm
was
going
on the microphone. You're on a microphone.
So now I'm going to talk shit about animal rights activists. No, I'm not.
Wait,
you know what I'm going to talk about?
What were you actually going to segue
What
into?
I'm trying to segue into
Yeah,
is
we're gonna
the
try to
same thing I
steer you.
segued into 2 weeks ago, which is the fucking people that fucking value cats and dogs and even squirrels more than actual fucking people.
We talked about that last week,
Yeah,
though.
that's I know. But that's the truth, though. But there's something in all of us in our psychology, right? Because when you fucking watch a movie, speaking of movies, and I know I said this before.
Yes,
but I'm
I
saying it
always
again
get
because-
mad when they hurt an animal.
Don't
in a
hurt
movie.
the dog. Don't fucking
Yeah.
shoot the dog. You get all upset about the goddamn
It does
dog.
bother me more
but
than
if
the
kids
people.
get
I'll say
murdered
it.
and the mom gets murdered and the dad gets murdered, that's too bad. But it's not the same thing.
No,
People tend to think
it's kids and
animals
animals.
are innocent inherently.
Because kids and animals are inherently
Dude, when
pretty
I was
innocent.
a kid, I watched Maximum Overdrive. That's a movie that I have seen, and I laughed my ass off when I saw that fucking kid get run over by that steamroller.
Well,
And
that's 'cause
all
it's
those
funny.
kids getting murdered by the pop machine. That shit was fucking excellent. But when I watched The Toxic Avenger and that golden retriever gets fucking shot with a shotgun in the diner, I got upset. I was upset by that.
Yeah.
Right, so yeah, I don't watch movies, but I have seen the most obscure fucking
Oh, Maximum
Toxic
Overdrive's
Avenger
great.
and Maximum Overdrive. So why is 6-year-olds getting run over by steamrollers hilarious, but a golden retriever in a fucking shit, not even B movie, getting shot with a shotgun that was clearly fake? That's distressing.
The golden retriever wouldn't have became an adult person.
Exactly.
That's mean, like all of us.
We hate ourselves. There's a deep misanthropic nature to most of us that does not extend to canines.
Can we take a step back for a second? How I propose
take 20
this.
steps
I'm gonna
back.
have Dale
Let's take
attack
20
you.
steps back before I open my mouth.
I propose this. I think it's because I'd say so the psyche, the human psyche, and granted I have no qualifications.
Now we're gonna get serious with it.
No qualifications whatsoever.
You are a human, though.
So fair enough. So the human psyche has the propensity for a vast array of emotions, behavioral processes. Humans can tend to act maliciously. We don't see that with the animal kingdom typically. I haven't.
Pit bull.
Except for all the fucking smart animals.
So we see animals fight usually over food, land,
Survival.
some sort of survival aspect. But once the point is proven, they stop. Animals don't typically act with a malicious intent. Humans do. So I feel like it makes animals seem more innocent to us when we,
especially a golden retriever or something like
Yeah.
that.
Sure, especially
Because a killer whale, man, they're pretty mean. I see them
Yeah.
like flip seals around and
Yeah, they
pretty
use
bogue.
seals like tennis balls just cuz.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong.
Oh,
I mean,
well,
You ever see a fucking dog be a dick? They can be dicks. I have 3 of them in my house. They're all assholes.
they shit on the floor. I know.
Yeah, on
My dog
purpose.
used to also.
They're like,
I've seen,
fuck
I've
you.
seen orcas. They can behave like the football team when they see a nerd. Like they flip the fucking seal around in the air and
Okay,
about this?
so
How about this?
I'll
You
say
know what-
typically, right? So that gives me a little bit of space from the end all be all.
No, absolutely. Black and white. Here's what I'm saying.
Let me ask you this.
100% down the line.
Let me paint a
This is what I'm
hypothetical.
saying.
If I'm walking down the street, I'm at TJ Maxx, and there's some fucking broad looking at the fucking
We're looking for that TJ Maxx
maternity
sponsorship.
fucking clothes and shit. And I walk up and I just sniff her ass. And then decide that smells good enough. I'm just gonna start dry humping her in the fucking middle of the aisle. Am I an asshole for doing that?
Yes.
Probably. That's what every fucking dog does all the goddamn time.
Yeah, if you did that,
That's
Rose
what they
McGowan
fucking
would
do.
be in front of your
But
house.
we give them a fucking pass because they're fucking dogs and they're stupid. But we don't fucking give humans a pass. But some humans are fucking stupid enough, right? So why is somebody without the mental fucking capacity to put the brakes on that shit considered a piece of shit? But every fucking dog who would do the exact same thing and then eat shit and fucking shit on your floor.
There are humans
What
that
if-
eat shit.
let me
we
ask-
cry
I will
when
tell
they
you.
get shot
I've
in
seen it.
movies.
Let's add a qualifier to that. What if the person has Down syndrome? Or
Yeah, we cry about that. If you see Corky get shot in the face.
no,
in
I
a
meant what
fucking
if
movie.
you see somebody with Down syndrome sniff a woman's ass and go to
And dry hump 'em?
Oh, dude, today's
TJ Maxx
people?
scenario,
Oh,
yeah.
no, people will be signing petitions and shit. Dude, people sign petitions over Game of Thrones now, okay?
Back to petitions.
You haven't
reading-
gone
Oh,
Down
I know
syndrome
all
ain't
about
fucking
this
getting you a
said
pass.
petition.
Man.
No, you're still... well, look, who has Down syndrome? Is it a fucking white male? Because they probably don't get a pass. But if it's a black transgender fucking lesbian that's a fucking Down syndrome person, they probably get the pass.
This is going to be a drop, right? Yeah. Okay.
I do feel that
Context matters.
I feel that a black transgender Down syndrome person
They probably get
they
some
probably
passes.
they probably do have a lot of protection online, especially.
Yeah.
So they probably would get away with it. Yeah.
So with my job, I
You have to dissociate yourself from it now that you're on the air with us.
Yeah. So well,
I'm gonna tag his name, Jason. Too.
no,
I'm gonna
this,
say
this is funny because I have
spell
I
his
have
name
funny
out.
stories.
He's one of us.
I have funny stories because I handle workers' compensation claims for numerous clients. Some
I'll
of
be
those
calling you soon.
some of those clients are school districts, and a lot of the injury claims that come through from them are from the parapros who work with the special needs students. Some of the loss descriptions are phenomenal. And
I bet.
I laugh at these. One of them, I think, was one of the kids was grabbing at his pants, and the teacher or the parapro tried to get him to stop, and then he bit her.
Oh, my gosh.
Brian bit our principal. Remember when you were in 4th grade?
No, that was Craig.
What was it, Greg? I thought it was you.
No.
You flipped out that one day. I thought you bit her.
Oh, I did, but no.
You didn't bite.
I don't think it was. No, that was definitely Craig.
Yeah.
She wouldn't let me leave the school. I wanted
Well, I
to leave.
remember when
I mean, well, you can't argue with that logic.
Oh, I don't even know if it was even 4th grade. I think it was before that even because
you were real little.
yeah.
I just remember I could hear in the hallway.
Craig did it way later. So Craig had some issue, and all of a sudden, like 5th grade, and he was doing that.
Yeah, I
didn't wanna be
didn't-
there.
I didn't have that. I didn't flip out and bite anybody, but I would get random, like when I was going through like puberty, especially like panic attacks, and I would just have to fucking leave.
Yeah.
I'd feel the heat hitting
Good-
the face.
good thing-
like I gotta
good
get out of
thing-
here. I gotta go.
Good thing those panic attacks went away.
Yeah.
Let's ask you this.
Nope.
Let's ask this. I'm going to fucking change the direction of this conversation again. We're talking about animals. Let's say fuck humans. They don't exist, but your soul has to place itself within another creature.
What animal? Honey badger.
Honey badger.
Oh man, now I can't pick
Orco
that.
is a good choice because, like Mike mentioned earlier, you can still be a dick and murder things. And
Without
You
question, bald eagle, America.
That's
There's no doubt.
That's very patriotic. I like it.
I want a
I had a
bird's eye
ball-
view of my
Who's the
land.
Republican in this room?
I had a boss
Figure
that
it
killed
out.
a bald eagle.
What?
I had a boss that killed a bald eagle. Well, he didn't really kill it. It killed itself on his car.
Oh, ran
man.
into him.
It flew into the side of it. He was going.
That's what he told the police.
He was going 80 down the freeway, and it flew into his car.
Flew into
and
the
broke its
barrel
own
of his
neck.
He
shotgun.
gave up after.
So, and he was in a national forest at the time, and he when he came out, when he got out of his car, called his wife and said, "I just hit an eagle. I'll catch up to you," because they were both driving up to the cabin, and by the time he got out of the car, the Rangers were there because he was going to check on the eagle, and they're like, "Don't touch the eagle," and he's like, "Okay," because
Wow.
if you touch it, it doesn't matter if it's dead or not. If you touch it, you're getting a fine and you're going to jail.
Oh wow.
You're not allowed to touch them.
Wow.
I would have took it to a reservation.
But we worked.
Had
the company
chief
he
make me a
owned.
nice headdress.
The company I worked for and that he owned made camouflage for your cars and stuff, so you could wrap your car in camouflage. And he had some on his car, and he told us this story. And one of my coworkers said, "See, the camouflage worked."
Yeah.
And he
I
just
was
walked
gonna
away.
say.
He never talked to us again after that. I didn't talk to the guy for 2 years after that. He was so pissed off at us for making fun of it.
Really?
Yeah,
So
I
we've
quit.
got- wait, what? You said
How could you not
fucking
make
bald eagle,
honey badger. What did Mike say?
bald eagle.
Bald eagle. What did you say?
I didn't say anything yet.
You didn't say anything. What's yours?
I'm thinking about it.
All right. Well, I said T-Rex in the past for various reasons, but I'm
short
going to
arms.
change it. I'm going to say kangaroo mouse. Wait, no, grasshopper mouse. That's what it is. Anybody familiar with the grasshopper mouse?
I'm
No.
not.
Do we know? Nobody knows what the grasshopper mouse does. All right, so
Let's hear
it
your
follows
rationale.
the logic of my T-Rex thing, which was the fact that I would be dead 65 million years before any of you ever fucking existed, and I wouldn't have to listen to bullshit arguments about abortion and gun control. But I'm gonna say fucking kangaroo mouse. No, I keep saying kangaroo mouse, grasshopper mouse, because he's unassuming, he's cute, and he's a fucking killer. And he howls at the moon like a fucking wolf.
Really?
Yeah, man. They also call him scorpion mouse because these mice live in the desert and they fight tarantulas and scorpions and they're immune to the venom and they fucking bite off scorpion stingers and like just fuck shit up.
Wow. So it's like.
And they only live for like a year and then they're done. And so I figured that would be cool, like to have like a life, to be this cute little thing that just doesn't have to endure this bullshit world for that long, but gets to like kick some ass on the way. And when you howl, it just sounds like a whistle. That's my logic.
Actually, now a wolf would be pretty cool. I would like to be a wolf.
Yeah, but their dicks get stuck.
Yeah, they got the hook dick thing.
Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not as bad as a duck. They don't have a corkscrew dick like a duck, but sometimes when they're fucking, their dick gets stuck, and then the other pack sees it, and I gotta go smoke a cigarette.
That is critical need to know information. They have a hook stuck dick.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they're whoever
Not a
they're
regular
humping
dick.
can't get away.
Oh.
Yeah. So because they're showing their dominance, so they don't want the female to get away. So it's like a hook dick thing.
Oh, okay.
I found that out doing this podcast. I never knew that.
Wow.
I didn't
It was
know
like way long. It was
I
like
had no idea either.
I don't remember who talked. He might have talked about it, and that's where I got it from. Never knew that.
I know not.
Didn't want to know it, but I know it now.
I think I could have went on living without knowing it.
You said you wanted to be a bald eagle. I still haven't figured out what I want to be.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could fly around by the border.
What's an animal that doesn't do much and nobody nobody bothers?
Sloth?
Oh, I'll be a sloth. There we
Sloth?
go.
That's
That's it. Just leave me
I
alone.
hope a jaguar, as the Brits say, don't show up though.
Yeah, they're weird with
jaguar.
their British.
I still like how they say military, military,
Military. Or privacy.
literally.
I like the way they say
Inventory.
aluminium.
Yeah.
They add extra
the
letters.
letter Z.
What nationality are we
Or
talking shit about now?
the
The
garage.
Brits. Garage. Was it the garage?
The garage.
You take your daily vitamin. They say vitamin.
Vitamin, yeah.
Or at least
Vitamin.
Bear
Oh,
Grylls
yeah.
does.
And they don't fall in a crevice; they fall in a crevasse.
Crevasse.
Hey, I got something else. I know I keep being this guy that just like cuts off every fucking.
Yep.
Yeah.
What? No.
We were talking about this a few weeks ago. Game of the Year 2018, I finally have a verdict.
Uh-oh. Did you change your mind?
I'm not done with God of War, but I'm like pretty much there. And so that was the big thing. Like, God of War. Thanks to this guy.
Oh, nice.
I had two, and I gave away the other.
So
I love that game.
after having played through like pretty much all of it, I mean, I still have a little bit left because that was the big contention was God of War 1, Game of the Year 2018, but Red Dead 2 should have won according to many. And I will say that officially now I will go ahead and say, yeah, Red Dead 2 should have won.
All right.
God of War, although it would be close, God of War is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But
Are they pretty different, like, plate? Like,
it's apples and oranges.
Yeah.
It is apples and oranges. But God of War, the story is pretty great. You do...
it's more linear. God of War
it's
is
more...
pretty-
Yeah, it is. It's not...
You know that the guy you fight at the beginning is Balder, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like a big. It's not like a big sandbox game like Red Dead, and I guess that's for me. It's a matter of personal preference. I love Red Dead 2 is the most immersive game with the fucking acting, everything about it was just so so next level, so next gen.
That's what I've heard,
really.
yes.
And God of War is similar, but it lacks.
I've got a plan.
It doesn't have. It's just not as. You don't have the freedom in God of War that you do in Red Dead, and I get that that's like a personal thing. A lot of people.
Sony
might
games
like that
are
kind of
heavy
game.
story, usually really good gameplay,
Yeah.
linear.
Yeah,
Right,
Japanese
There's no
games
open
do
world.
tend to be
The only one of the only open world games they have is Horizon Zero Dawn, like where you can just go and do whatever.
I really enjoyed that game too. That was what 2007.
Yeah,
Their Sony's theory is we're going to give you a great game, a great story, cool gameplay, but it's linear, and you're done in
Typically
12 to 15 hours.
Right.
Yeah, it's single player too.
You can milk it though. God of War, I've put way more than 15 hours in, and I'm not
Yeah.
done. You can go do your side quests. You
Yeah.
can go do your challenges, and that's one of the fun things. It's like if you're a fan of like old arcade games, like there's a couple things in God of War where you can like open up certain realms that are literally designed just for combat.
Yeah.
Like so you can go into these realms and like challenge yourself in like survival modes and stuff like that. So if you're into that sort of thing, it's excellent for that. And then you get
Is
to
it like a horde thing?
yeah, like so there's two realms in God of War that there's like one that's like this fire realm and one that's like this poison realm. And in the fire realm, it's like you survive waves of enemies. You have to kill them in a certain amount of time. You have to break these different records, and you unlock like certain currency for doing it. And then there's and then so once you collect that special currency,
Right.
you then can craft certain types of armor. And then in the other realm, it's a little different. Like you have to, it's like more of a survival thing. Like it's actually it is literally time. There's like a sandbox that counts down because there's like you're in poison gas while you're
Right.
fighting these things. So
They got to up the ante.
there's a lot of and then you can like do. There's so much more you can do with the combat. In
And
God
now
of
they
War.
have a new game plus too, which
Yeah.
when I played they didn't have that, but you actually need that new game plus, like if you want to craft all of the Valkyrie armor.
Right. And so that's the thing that's got me excited about the game is I just looked up the new game plus because I'm about at the end of the story, but I have a lot of stuff left that I want to do.
Right.
And the new game plus in any game is always that extra added incentive to like, well, let's jump back in now where all the hard work that I did is going to carry me into this next level, this next playthrough.
Yeah.
And so God of War does that very well. But Red Dead, though, it's still so, to me, for me, like somebody who really likes a real immersive experience, it kills God of War. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Like Arthur
It's a
Morgan.
Wild West
like,
sim.
It's, you can go anywhere and fucking, there's so many different ways you can get sidetracked. I got Red Dead the day it was released. I pre-ordered it, and it took me months to really. And I kind of hurried through my last stretch. Like, all right, let's just finish this so I can move on to Resident Evil 2 was coming out. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to get to that,
Right.
so I rushed through like the latter parts, but I didn't have to. And Red Dead 2 deserved that win, in my opinion. God of War would be a close second, but a second for sure.
Yeah, suck it, critics.
I really enjoyed MMOs, and I like that open sandbox style of game, but typically only when it comes to like the MMO.
Well, they got if you have the Game Pass, it's actually on PlayStation too. Is Black Desert.
Oh,
It's an MMO, a console MMO like medieval, and if you have Game Pass, you can play it. It's like full on.
Yeah, that was a PC. That just came out because it was a PC game. The PC.
It was originally PC,
right? And I think the
every
PC,
MMO is going to start out on a PC,
right? Yeah, I was reading that they're going to catch up to the PC version at some point, but the PC version has other like new advanced classes that.
Yeah, when you got PC gaming buddies, there's Fatso. That's my friendliest cat. Dale, come here. 500 pounds. What are you doing, Dale? Yeah, they always start out like you get a PC gaming buddy. They're always going to tell you PC versions, but it's like the people that tell you that the book is better than the movie. That's your PC gaming buddies.
Yeah, but the PC version usually is better.
Well, because they got mods and they got
PC.
I have my version, my modded version. Is so much deeper and more immersive than anything you'll ever do.
I'm just
like, yeah, but I put 200 hours into it. How much more can I do?
See, I'm such a gear whore that I just want at least 60 frames per second. Running 2K.
Well, yeah, me and Brian were talking about last week. Like, the PC gamer is the equivalent of the gearhead, the hot rod building car guy.
Yeah.
They want it liquid cooled. They
Yeah.
got it. When they talk to you, it's the same as when you have a sedan and you're talking to your buddy that built his Chevelle from the ground up.
Right.
That's a PC guy. I put this. I got a new cam, new lifters. The same thing. This thing's liquid cooled.
Right.
I got this. I'm running 2 graphics cards, not 1, 2, 4 monitors.
Right.
They're always way into it.
It's true.
That's a good comparison.
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
Yes.
And I came up with it because I'm great.
He did a couple weeks ago.
Worship me.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah, but that's how they are. And
See, now I'm on the fence. Like, and since we're talking about PC, so I have a PC, pretty good build, 1660 Ti graphics card. I have the Ryzen.
That's a nice card.
Ryzen 7,
the AMD
2700 chip CPU. So, like, I just saw the new Ryzen gear that's coming out, and I know the next gen consoles are going to have that.
Yes.
However, by the time the next gen consoles hit the market,
yeah, it'll be mid grade or not even.
right. So
You can
now,
let him out, Matt.
and I'm
by the way.
thinking, like, do I want to spend $500-$600 on a console, or would I rather just get a sweet graphics card at the time when it comes out?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, like, to me, one thing about PC gaming that they'll tell you that it's a lie. There's no real. I don't think personally. I've tried it. You don't do a budget build. It don't work.
It doesn't. I know.
I've tried to do a budget build, and it couldn't run like. It was years ago, but it couldn't run Borderlands 1. And it was like fucking this guy. He had a whole channel. They're called Tech Syndicate, and they have a big following. Their PC like this will do 720p. You want a 720p? Because I wanted to get into some PC gaming at the time. I built the thing, and it couldn't fucking run like Borderlands. So I got a gaming laptop, an Alienware, and it did it. It was nice.
Yeah.
But it's expensive.
You got to pay for it. I mean, you got to pay like at least $1,000 for a decent build.
Yeah, if you want it to play current games and it be good, you're looking at $1,000 to $1,200.
Yeah.
If you want something nice,
Not including the monitor.
Yeah,
too.
if you want something nice, it's $1,500,
Right.
and if you want something really special, $2,000.
At least, yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's not a budget thing, but you do save money in the back end, the Steam sales, especially if you like indie games. If you're an indie game person,
Right.
or a single game person, PC is really good.
The thing is, and that's the thing, though, like, all of my friends are so spread out, because I know everyone that I game with in this room on Xbox, and then I have some friends that are on PS4, and then I have, well, some of the same friends are also on PC, but yeah, it's tough, because I want to be able to play with all of my friends, so I do just end up getting everything.
Supposedly, the big hope for E3 is they're going to officially announce cross-play.
I hope.
The it's going to happen. It's just a matter of when the Microsoft and Sony guy are shaking hands.
Right.
It's not a rumor anymore. It's happening. And they want to get everybody. The goal is all multi-plat. Say you know your Battlefields or your Call of Duty or whatever. Everybody can play it, and that's why I think Microsoft. That's the whole reason, in my opinion, Microsoft is putting Gears 5 on Steam. They want the Steam people in on it because they don't want to play it on. Oh, I hate it. PC guys are. I don't want to play Xbox. Fuck Microsoft.
Right.
Well, okay, we'll put it on Steam for you. Just play your fucking game.
Well, yeah, that's the whole cross-platform play is how they're going to introduce. Like at some point in the future, probably the generation after this one, we're probably not even going to have hardware anymore.
No, it's going to be all streaming.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's we've talked about this many times on here.
Mean, it's happening.
Yeah, because you'll be playing your games on your phone,
Right.
and it'll look good
Everywhere. Right.
because I think the reason Sony is going to join in with Xbox
Because they have
Xbox
to
has
if they
the
want to stay
infrastructure, better infrastructure, better online.
Yeah, that just happened with the deal with Sony and Microsoft as far as their cloud services because let's face it, Microsoft just has the resources, if Sony wants to stay viable in the whole spectrum of the gaming industry, they're going to have to follow suit with the other
it's
trends.
It's all going to the cloud.
Yeah.
You, though, having a PC, I think the PC gamer will always exist because even though we got all this new technology and electric cars and everything, they're still hot rod guys, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have the guys that are going to have
The cork sniffers.
Yeah, they're going to have it'll be its own thing.
Yeah.
It's always going to be. And then you can pay $2,000 to stream your game.
Can I just say how excited I am to be an Xbox owner now, though? Finally, the reason why I bought the system to begin with years and years ago was because I was hoping that there would be backwards compatibility so I could play Ninja Gaiden 2 again.
Yeah.
And
there
now
you go.
it is. And I finally bought it a couple weeks ago, and I'm loving every second of it.
Fucking A.
That
Well,
game.
the backward compatibility on Xbox has been around for a while now.
He's talking about a specific game.
Yeah, just Ninja Gaiden 2.
Right.
It's like the precursor for Dark Souls. It's like Dark Souls, but like faster paced action.
Yeah, well, more specifically, Sekiro would be like that.
Yeah, right.
Because Sekiro, I still haven't played it, and Frank Kojak is almost beat it, but Mortal Kombat came out, and that's what
he
he's
stopped
doing.
playing it.
But that's like single player only, right? Like I think a lot of people were pissed off because you can't call in your buddies. There's no like.
Yeah, those are the people that can't beat Dark Souls alone.
Right.
Now, I will take Frank's word for it. He said it's harder than Dark Souls.
Oh wow.
But I told him, I beat Dark Souls 1 as a free game on Xbox Live, and no one was playing it, and I beat it completely alone.
That's awesome.
And I'm not a talented gamer, so I want to know. I'm eventually going to test. I'm going to wait till winter.
That's not the line, Mike. You're supposed to say, I'm a terrible gamer.
I'm a terrible gamer.
He says it once an episode.
I haven't said it in a while, though.
Yeah, I know.
I
You
think
need
I've said
to,
about
you need to
3
start the
episodes.
streak again.
But
Another new streak.
I'm a terrible gamer, and I'm going to try that game in winter when I don't have nothing to do. I'm not going to. I want to go outside this summer. So if I get Sekiro, I know I won't go outside. Right. So I'm not gonna get it. But I don't know. Like the funny thing is, I got attacked by the Nintendo people on Twitter, and I got a Switch right there. I love the Switch.
Yeah,
Switch is a
fantastic system.
Switch is probably, when it comes down to it, when I just want to just sit down and play. It's probably the one I play more than anything because I play
all the
that.
old
The
games.
app that has the old games.
Yeah,
That's what I play.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah,
And I
same
play
here.
it fucking hours sometimes.
It has Ninja Gaiden 1 in it.
Right.
It does.
Yeah.
And anyways, they're saying that they had a poll on IGN. Who's what are you guys most excited for? And Nintendo won, and I just said, why are people voting? Like the Microsoft one is we're probably going to announce cross-play. That's like the most important thing. What do you guys? What a Mario game? I'm not like a Mario game. You guys that again? People hate Microsoft. They're just hated.
They do.
So I got attacked whenever, they started listing the games that it has. Like, I'm not saying the Switch is bad. What I'm saying is the Microsoft crossplay is the most important announcement in gaming in probably 10 fucking years.
Right.
Because it's over. There's no more wall.
Right.
Right. Where you can play with your buddies anywhere.
The Berlin Wall is being taken down.
But they don't get it. They just, you hate Nintendo. Like, no.
Nope.
I like Nintendo a lot. Especially Mario Kart 8. Play the shit out of that game.
Mario Kart's fun.
You know why I like Mario Kart 8? Because it's a game, like, I usually play online and get thrashed because I'm a terrible gamer. But I play Mario Kart 8 and I can win. Not all the time, but I will get a win.
Oh, I beat the crap out of my kids. with
Yeah.
Mario
No, I mean
Kart 8.
online.
Oh, I
against
don't play
people,
online.
and I'll fucking win.
I only play against people I know I can beat.
Yeah, well, your kids.
All of my daughter's really good at it. Like if anybody's gonna beat me, it's her.
She's going to surpass you.
Yeah.
But
My son's terrible at it. So
Yeah.
bad.
I get a pro controller for that, though. I really do. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I'm excited for E3.
I am too, because you guys might have talked about when I was in the bathroom, but Gears 5, what makes me happy.
Yeah, because their campaign, they want to make it, instead of just something you're done with real quick, they want to make the campaign like a game.
Yeah.
Like it's like a, not quite like a RPG, but like a legit,
Well, and
kind of
Like action adventure.
yeah, a
game?
lot
Like-
to do. Yeah,
Okay,
like
cool.
not a quick campaign.
instead of just like one you can burn through in 4 or 5 hours, they
Right.
want to make it like a
good.
kind of like a God of War something that you just you takes a little doing.
That's cool. Like that would be cool if they introduced some sort of character development, like gear, like being able to upgrade your gear somehow or increase your level, skills, abilities, things like that.
Or it'd be cool, like, I mean, I know they're trying to tell a story, but it'd be cool if you played as a guy you built, like a build, but he's a private or whatever in the the COG army,
Right.
That, and he's your guy. Like all of us would have our own player for the when we run through it, but you'd be more of a engineer, and then I'd be more of a gunner.
That would be cool, like a character class system,
Yeah.
kind of. Yeah.
Even if it was a set character, like a girl, a guy, you always got like they get all the check marks. Chick, black guy, like whatever you got to do to make it work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, I know another one that they're supposed to talk about at least. I don't know if any announcements, but Halo Infinite, which I'm not a big Halo fan, but that one sounds interesting because it's Halo, but it's also open world.
Yeah, they're going to make Halo a true open world.
Yeah.
I heard that's...
Well, we talked about a couple weeks ago. So far, they said something about $500 million they've spent making this game.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. I'm glad they're finally dumping some money and resources into these games, man. Because like with this generation, Microsoft had to cancel a lot of first party games just because
they absolutely shit the bed on their exclusives. And I'm a Microsoft guy, but they shit the bed.
Well,
Yeah,
let's see
bad.
what happens at E3 because they're going to have a
Fable.
few more to talk.
Supposed to have some kind of Fable talk too. Fable 4.
Yeah,
Fable. When the guys that make the Forza game, the British folk, they're going to make Fable.
Oh, cool.
And I hope it works out because I
used to love that game, man. That franchise.
it's
was
what
first
got me
game-
in RPGs.
Yeah, the
Oh,
first
okay,
game was
cool.
really good, and the other two were.
Because like before I got Gears of War, I've told the story many times, but I don't know if I do it. In 2006, I got a 360, but before that, the last system I had was a Genesis.
Oh, wow.
I didn't have a PlayStation or a Saturn or any of that. I had a years where I didn't play video games, 12 years or 15 years, and then Gears of War came out, and I played that, and
For some reason, the image of that movie Castaway just came to my head.
yeah.
What did you do for those 12 years?
Well, I could use his diet plan. I'll tell you that. And trim up a little bit, eat some fish, some organic fruit. Probably saved my life. But yeah, that movie, man, the tooth scene
Oh God, yeah.
when his tooth, that he takes the
Yeah.
the fucking skate, the ice skate. Oh, just jam.
Honestly, I saw it in theaters and I've not watched it since. I don't think I've seen it since that.
I've watched it twice on like HBO or something.
When did that movie come out? It was in the 90s, right?
No,
Late 90s or
I
early?
think like 06 or something.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
I
even
thought it was older than that.
I don't know. I guess
Whatever.
I could
It's
look it
not.
up.
It's not current.
Right.
It's.
You might both be right. I don't know.
I thought it was like 99 or something.
You might.
Maybe.
I'm
Or 2001. Because he was.
Oh, you were close. It's 2000.
No, I went around it. It was 99.
I thought it was later than that. I don't remember.
like the Chris Farley. Not so much here or here.
It's right here. No, everything looks fine.
It looks good, man.
What the hell happened to your face?
I knew it, Richard.
Love Tommy
I
Boy.
miss him.
I know.
She never would have died.
Speaking of Chris Farley, did you hear about this guy who had an accident on his moped? This has nothing to do with Chris Farley. It's a terrible segue. But I was reading this story. This guy in England was riding his moped, and he fell off, and, they have a crossbar. and he bruised his taint, which I didn't know you could do. But you can.
I didn't know you could either.
I did not know this. So he hurt himself, but he didn't go to the doctor for a few days. 9 days later,
Swollen
since
taint.
swollen taint, but he had a 9-day erection caused by the bruising of the taint.
A 9-day erection.
9, and when he went to the doctors, they said he had a grade 4 erection, which is apparently there's a scale, the erection hardness score.
Wow. There's a
But he had a
scale.
grade 4, which is the top erection in the score.
Wow, that's...
They actually had to go
So it's like
in.
me around Gemma Ogerton or whatever her name is.
See,
That chick's so good
So
looking.
they had to
who
go
needs
in.
Viagra? Just get kicked in the
Yeah,
taint, and
yeah.
there you go.
There you
They
go.
actually
Go
had
to
to
an
do
old guy and kick
surgery
him.
because the blood kept on flowing in, but it wouldn't flow back out.
Oh, so it just kept growing.
It kept on growing, and he said it's
I'm
kind of
failing to see
painful,
the
but it wasn't
problem
bad. But they actually had to go in
Oh, I
and
always look like
cause blood clots in his veins and stuff in order to make it stop. So they actually intentionally
They purposely caused blood clots.
Yes.
That sounds safe.
Were there
and then
any
they
ramifications
basically,
afterward?
like, if you have a what do you call it, the veins, varicose veins, they strip the vein. They basically had to strip a couple of the veins out, and that's actually what saved him.
Wow.
9-day erection.
I figured they would have drained it.
If you take a Viagra and
They say
tell
after
you
4 hours, you should go
Let's
to
get
the
a
ER.
9 days.
Kardashian
What
in
was
here.
this guy doing? Was he like, well, let's have some time alone?
Yeah, I was surprised. He was like, it didn't really hurt. It just, it's kind of awkward walking around going to work and stuff. So that's when he finally.
How could you go to work with a boner?
Before he got that fix,
It's
he should have
illegal
like
to have a visible boner in some states.
And this is England. They're prudes.
he should have called. He should have called Brazzers first. Made a couple movies.
I need to be.
I just thought that was interesting.
Maybe this will wear me out.
First, you can bruise your perineum, and secondly, a 9-day erection. That's pretty good.
But I heard
record.
I've heard stories of I think it was Dennis Rodman and a few other people that it's so wild sex that you can break your dick or bend it
I
and
don't even want-
irreversibly
stop.
bend it.
Wow.
Don't do it.
I don't think
Yeah, I don't trust.
it
Dennis
sounds
Rodman.
bad.
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman. Psh.
See, I don't know if I have the virility for that anymore.
No.
No,
No.
I don't know
my
if
fiance's in
that
the
one
room.
time a month is intense enough where I feel like going to town.
You have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Do you have an iPhone?
I mean, I have a Droid, but
Oh, okay. This is only for iPhone people. Because we were reading earlier about how they're going to shut down iTunes.
oh yeah, I read about that. Yeah, right.
Which
They're going to split it to
doesn't
3.
Yeah, which it already is on. Like, you have an iPhone, but it's already like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have Apple Music, you have Apple Podcasts, and you have Apple TV.
Yeah, so that's all that means.
Well, that's all they're going to do. Except
They're just officially.
I still have it. I still rock an iPod, an old school 80 gig, and I put all my music on it, and I put the podcast on it. I'll stream it so gets his clicks, but I'll put it on my iPod so I can listen to it whenever I want.
Right.
Because usually I turn it on Spotify and just turn
So
the
that's
volume
really
down.
going to affect you then.
I don't know how it's going to affect me, but it's probably going to. Yeah, they're shutting down iTunes. I don't know how I'm supposed to load music or anything. So,
Right.
damn it, Apple. I just thought that was interesting. I don't know why they would do something like that.
Come on
You
over
buy
to
a
Droid.
Yeah.
I mean, I have an Android.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my phone's an Android. I only do the music
Oh, but for got
Yeah.
okay, got
Yeah.
it. Yeah, your old iPod. Yeah.
because
What did they stop making? They stopped making iPods like when the iPhone came out, right?
no, they still made them up until 2 years ago.
Oh, so
Yeah.
wow.
Well, maybe it was longer than that. Let me think. Because I bought my kids one because they didn't have phones at the time and they wanted music. That was probably 4 years ago now. So it's probably been about 4 years.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know why they make them because your phone is just an iPod with a phone app on it.
Right.
Yeah.
You do calls. It's all your phone is.
This is
It's all
this
it
is
is.
like it's like the new age pocket knife.
yeah. It's like you got to have it.
Well, I
You
only
got to get your radiation dose and tech neck and whatever else. And divorce. All the
Yeah.
stuff it causes.
I have
Well, divorce is a pretty good invention too.
I would say, yeah.
so I don't understand why they're doing it because they don't charge for iTunes as it is. How are they going to make more money doing this? Apple
I
needs
don't
more
know.
money, I guess.
Yeah, those multi-billions they're making isn't enough. I guess.
I was just surprised. Although it doesn't run great. If you use iTunes now, it's terrible.
Right.
It runs so slow.
They probably just don't want to dump the resources in to keep it going.
It is streamlining it because on all the other devices, it's split into 3 groups anyways.
Right.
Why keep one program open that has everything together when everything else is separate?
Well, I have an iMac and I have a iPhone, but I still use Google Play because all my music is from my Droid days. And it's an app you can get, so I'm always going to buy my library is on Google Play.
Okay.
I have like 5 songs. No offense to Jamie Josta, he's a nice guy, but because I have that I bought the Hatebreed album because I listened to his podcast, and I like Jamie as a person. But their album that's on there is terrible. I don't like Hatebreed anymore. I liked the first couple albums when I was younger.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Jamie. I know you'll never listen to this, but I'm just saying. So the iPhone, the problem is anytime I hook it to my Bluetooth, it defaults to the iPhone music thing, and so it's just
So it's always
Hatebreed. It's Hatebreed every time. I don't know how to change my alarm thing, so it's Hatebreed that wakes me up. Jamie, come on, man, help me out.
Well,
I should have just gave you a PayPal donation.
I only listen to stuff when I go pick up my kids from school. Like, I don't listen to the radio or stuff that much. So, but in front of my son's school, I have no signal on my phone, so I can't stream anything. I don't know what it is about that. It's just a dead zone right there in front of the school. No signal. So that's why I always have it on the iPod. So if I'm catching up on the podcast, I will listen to it.
Well, those dead zones, they're weird because you're not like in a mountainous area.
No.
Everywhere lives flat, and then suddenly you just lose signal. It's like,
I don't understand.
What is there lead fucking around here that I don't see?
There's about a 200-foot space in front of his school where I have no signal.
It's like a fucking Indian burial ground. Why am I losing my signal?
By the way, Stones is asleep again.
Yeah, he
every week.
I knew he was pretty lit up when he told the same story about animals as last week. So I think he just forgot that he told it. So I was like, he's probably pretty much done. So
That's funny.
But he's passed out. I think this is the 4th time he's passed out on my couch.
He passed out during the fight.
Did he drink before he came here?
I don't know.
Because I don't know if he's just tired or he has a very low tolerance, but he passes out easy.
I mean, those beers are a little bit stronger than usual, but not much.
Yeah, I mean, I understand I'm 100 pounds heavier than him, but really good.
He fell asleep during the
beers really kill him out.
He fell asleep during the Anderson Silva Chris Weidman first fight, and he woke up when we all cheered.
And he woke up and did this too. He's probably passed out at my house. I'm not kidding. 20 times.
I believe
a literal 20 times.
I mean,
a non-exaggerated 20 times.
I am sure I've seen at least 10 of those.
Yeah, it's got to be up there. It's between 15 and 20. There's no doubt in my mind. Yeah, I don't know.
We're used to this.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, that. The thing is, I could tell, like, even when he first started, he was like, kind of slurring, like.
He might have had a couple at home.
He may very well have. I don't know,
only think he had 2. He has 2 sitting there. I think he had 1 more besides. So 3.
This is. I don't like.
I didn't think you would. Actually,
I'm forcing it down, but I don't like it.
No,
it's just not.
You like it though. You like the most
beer. You're talking about the IPA.
It's very hoppy. I'm a total redneck. I just like Miller White.
There's a double IPA in there, but that's strong. I don't know if you want that.
Oh, I'm okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple.
I thought the IPA was pretty good for an IPA.
Yeah.
I've kind of. I used to really like craft beer a lot, and I've kind of. I like Labatt. I like Bud Light now. I just want something crisp and refreshing.
The thing is, it's like anything. It was awesome at first, and then you go to like Dragon Mead, and everybody there has like a beard, and and they've not like been anywhere like a lumberjack job or anything like where you kind of need a beard, right. Or you just don't want to get cold in winter.
Well, I am somebody with a beard that enjoys craft beer, and
but you're up on poles in the winter.
I do chop down trees.
By the way, all of a sudden you woke up that's scared to shit.
As soon as we started talking about craft beer, he's awake.
Oh, I've always been awake. I don't have any input, and the craft beer is affecting me. So I just conserve.
Maybe I'll have one more. You're going to drive.
I'm not drinking anymore. That's for darn.
Yeah, I had.
Darn.
For darn.
Golden Gerbs.
Now I don't know. It's like weird. It's like beer, the Dragon Mead and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like everything. Look, they're nice people. Every time I go there, they treat me like gold. I like them, but they always have like the most trendiest thing. We got beer yoga and LGBT night or whatever.
Beer yoga. I practiced yoga for a couple of years. And just hearing about beer yoga, that's offensive.
Beer yoga.
By the way, he's full of shit. He didn't hear anything we said about
No,
it until
just let him say it.
we had a whole 5-minute conversation about him being passed out. And he's the whole time.
What's that childhood? I think or not childhood, teenage thing. I still do it too. If I like,
I wasn't sleeping.
if someone wakes me up, I'm like, because remember your parents would get pissed off,
Yeah.
for sleeping in too much. So I still have that thing. Like if I wasn't sleeping, I was totally not sleeping. Like someone's gonna get mad that I was sleeping.
Right. Oh,
No one gives a shit. I'm a 40-year-old man. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like, I fucking sleep.
If I want to take a nap,
She falls asleep all the time, and I'm like, you fell asleep. She's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, well, you did.
Kinda did.
I mean,
my wife will do it during shows. She'll be like, I'm not asleep. I'm just listening with my eyes closed. I'm like, we're watching a TV show. It's a visual media.
it's a visual stimulus.
Yeah.
You're supposed to keep your eyes open.
Just like how, maybe it's an American thing. We all think we gotta like be tough. No, I don't
Well,
sleep.
no, I do the same thing.
I work and I charge beaches at Normandy. I do it all. I don't fucking
I'm
sleep.
the same way. I mean, I'm not like you because I'm not 40 yet. But when I turn 40 eventually, I'll probably be the
What, in
same way.
October? I'll be 41 before you're 40.
Old.
Yeah.
Although I look older, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like
I don't know if you
did you
look
think of
older, you
this?
just have gray
the Citra
facial hair.
that was
Loose
also
Citra.
one of mine I left here.
That
I
would do
was the
wonders
same
for
way.
my
I
heartburn.
kept on trying stuff that was really hoppy, and it got so bad that I couldn't drink it because my heartburn and stuff. It just triggered it. So anything I couldn't drink anymore, I left here.
I'll see people like I got heartburn. They'll be drinking summer shandy or something. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
I don't know how you're drinking that shit.
dude, I couldn't. Until I started taking the pills, it's like I couldn't drink any of it. Now I could probably still drink those. I just don't want to.
Oh, if you were on that Prilosec or Nexium, you could fucking eat thumbtacks dipped in turpentine.
But yeah, they're like, oh, the summer shandy will help with your heartburn. It's like it's citrus, it's lemon. How does that help with anything? That just burns.
You know, believe it or not, the worst thing for heartburn, a lot of people don't know this, is mint.
Which I love mint.
Will fucking...
Really?
It's the word. It triggers it. It triggers it more than like eating spicy, like jalapenos or something.
That's crazy. Like mint, I feel like would help a lot of other health issues.
Well, I mean, if you have an upset stomach, it helps, but I guess it has the opposite effect on your...
Well, it kicks up your acid.
Fuck, man.
Which, kicking up your acid can help a stomach issue if you got a bug. You know, it helps certain things.
Let me just talk about how happy I am that Jammin' Jalapeno is back permanently at
What's that?
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, yeah.
There's
been there.
no reason to go to Buffalo Wild Wings. It is mediocre food.
It is.
Way
mediocre
overpriced,
people.
too.
And it is not that fucking good. There's no reason to go there except for Jammin' Jalapeno. And they took it off the fucking menu. Now it's
Like their
back.
butter crust or whatever the fuck they're called.
And
Their
it's fucking awesome.
Parmesan garlic.
I like Parmesan garlic. But you know what? I bought...
So you can be wrong.
You
I
can
don't
buy
care.
the 3-pack of sauces from Costco, and I went on a kick where I was making like wings all the time and putting Parmesan garlic on it, and it gave me a stomach ache every single time. I don't know if it's just
Worth
all the
it.
MSG in it or what. No, I like I said, I did it every day, every other day for like a week.
I don't think I've had the Parmesan garlic.
They're
It's
really
good.
I kind of want to try that now.
But the 3-pack has like
I'll
that
try the
Asian
jam
zing
and
and honey
jalapeno.
barbecue. So, remember when they had the ghost pepper one? Did you ever try that?
No.
No, good, because they gave me like a little. Like, you want to try? I'm like, yeah, and they gave me a piece of celery with like a little cup. And I seriously, I went to the bathroom 5 or 6 times before I ate because it was so hot.
That's shit for competitive people that have to have contests.
Yeah, that's when like the kind of spice that just keeps getting hotter.
Yeah.
Or you got to
And
sign
it
a
did.
waiver to eat the shit.
Jammin' Jalapeno is that perfect peak for me, where it's like you can tell, jalapenos. I love jalapenos, but I don't like jalapenos. I do like the spiciness. It's that perfect level for me.
Yeah.
It burns you, but it doesn't kill you.
Nope,
It's
perfect.
And jalapenos taste good though, beyond the spiciness.
No, they have a real
they're-
nice flavor,
They're
absolutely.
delicious. So anything that's got jalapenos in it, I'm all about.
Well,
Now,
I got a meatball sub from Hungry Howie's with jalapenos on it.
Sounds great.
My fucking
Dude.
stomach's killing me.
You know what, man? That's the
does
one
sound
thing
pretty
I
good,
miss
though.
about working at a pizza joint, because I used to deliver pizzas, and on Friday and Saturdays, like I would always stay late and like make some shit to take home, and I would always get like the cheesy bread pans or whatever, and I would get it, and I would put like just a little bit of tomato sauce. I don't like too much, and then your mozzarella cheese. Then throw some feta cheese on there. Then throw some bacon and fucking like.
You had me until the
what
feta.
else? And then,
See, I like
and then
feta, but-
some fucking jalapeno. So it was jalapeno bacon, fucking with just a little dash of feta, and I think sausage. And that shit was
That'd be
fucking
good.
awesome.
See, I like feta, but feta and the combination you just had threw me off a little bit.
I like feta in its own right, like a village salad. And I'm Greek, too, and like hearing a Greek say you don't like feta, that's like blasphemy.
no,
Hey,
and
man.
I feel
like,
like I should be struck down by Zeus
It's like me
himself.
saying I don't like eagles.
like if I go to
Can't
like
do
a,
it.
like a diner or something and get like a Greek omelet or something with feta or gyro meat and stuff in it, but other than that, I don't eat a lot of feta.
I'm American and I hate bald eagles.
Yeah,
That's what I just said. You can't be that.
I was proud of you. I don't have a heritage. I'm not Greek.
It's like being
or
Italian and
anything.
not liking Chef
just
Boyardee.
white.
Boyardee.
That's authentic.
Oh man, now I'm thinking about canceled shit that's back, and I'm thinking about Lakeside Mall Taco Bell. I gotta go to now because evidently they got the chili cheese burritos there,
yeah.
and there's no other Taco Bell in the area that has them, which is some bull.
Oh, that's right. We talked about that before he came in the other day.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you got to go.
Lakeside Mall's closed, bro.
I got an ego. Yo.
Oh, it's in the food court.
In the mall.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
Well, I thought it was the one outside
not
of
the
the
one
mall.
near.
No,
the
I think it's one in the
corner.
food court.
It's
Oh, it's the one you got to
the
go
mall.
in. Okay.
Fuck those people, man.
Chili cheese
Why do
burritos
they
were the
do
best.
that? Why do they bring shit like McDonald's? It's all that marketing bullshit. Oh, McRib is back. Now it's not. Fuck you. Like they try to get you in for that hot minute, but like,
McRib is
dude,
terrible.
when
For the-
shit is fucking
the Rick and Morty
excellent,
sauce.
just keep it, man.
Well, I'll tell you why they do it. Because if they bring certain things, and I'm not saying necessarily those items, but certain things they have to use, like, instead of just processed slop that's made from fucking synthetic whatever, they have to act like a chili cheese burrito's probably got actual, like, meat and chili in it, and they can't make a profit because
The
they have
price
to
point's
charge you a
higher,
lot
yeah.
of money, you know? I'm not saying that, but like a McRib, maybe they got to, pork is not
Yeah.
cheap.
That McRib
It's really
is
Soylent
like
Green.
not even meat on a constitutional
That is
level, and
that is
there's-
that is Memphis true style barbecue pork.
What was the
You
Simpsons version when they travel? You ever watch Simpsons?
I do,
Steamed
yeah, I
hams?
love The Simpsons.
Where no, not steamed hams, but it was like the McRib, and they all traveled like Grateful Dead fans all over the world to get McRibs or whatever it was from Krusty Burger, and they're like, oh, we had to discontinue it. The animal it comes from is extinct, or they don't make it anymore. I don't know. That's basically what it was. No one knows what meat where
that
it came
would
from.
taste extra delicious, and you can make a lot of money off of that. Like if they
Probably
had
bald eagle.
Tasmanian tiger on a bun, like I'm sure that somebody, if you marketed it right, people are gonna eat that shit.
I remember watching, I think it was either Faces of Death or Traces of Death, where it was like in India or Pakistan or something, and it was at one of those restaurants that only serves like endangered animals, and they had a table where like they trapped like a spider monkey. or a
yeah, oh yeah,
monkey
that's
in the tail.
real famous. Yeah, that was when they were hitting it with a hammer.
Yeah, it's alive, and you beat it at the table, and it's trapped, and they're like hitting its head until it dies. And
Yeah,
then,
it's one of those things that's like in Pakistan, but everybody in there is a rich white guy.
right. It's part of the experience where you get to club your food to death
Yeah, it's like
while it's trapped and helpless.
some guy from
Fresh.
Essex, England, gets a fucking whack
right.
spider
Nigel.
monkey in the head with a hammer. It's like, man, I don't know. I'm fine with a cheeseburger. I don't have to do that. But yeah,
I think the Japanese have it right. The people that handle like the slaughtering and they handle the meat, they're like the lowest rung of society.
yeah,
And it's funny because if when families marry and things like that, typically like the parents and the elder patriarchs and matriarchs of the family will they'll investigate the family lineage, and if any part of the lineage shows that they're part of like these meat handlers, that they're like, no, you can't marry this person, you can't marry into this family.
So the meat handler's like the guy that works at the porn shop here.
Yeah, right.
He's like one of them, and
Right.
just he worked at 8 Mile. He cleaned the cum off the booth.
But it's insane. They hide their identities. They wear masks when they're at work because they don't want people to know that they actually do that. And
That's really weird because like butchers and stuff here make a good living,
right.
and you get the freshest.
I thought
choicest
Japanese
cuts.
were like. I didn't know that they. Is it the occupation itself? I know they don't have like a big animal rights, but I know that they like kill dolphins and shit. They're pretty gnarly about that.
It's kind of crazy. Like, I don't know much about the culture, but from what I do understand, that there's a concept in Japanese culture. Like in the West, we have a concept of good and evil, right? As the two polarity, like the two polar moral. Compasses.
Yeah, if you're good, then you can kill. You can dehumanize the other person,
Right.
so you can kill them.
Right.
That's why we have it.
And there they have, I think it's like clean and dirty, and they have a concept of like inside your home it's clean, everything is fine and pristine, and outside of your home everything is dirty, and they call it like uchisoto. And that's the people that handle the meat, and maybe things have changed lately, but I know in past history of the country, and maybe someone can comment on a forum or something whether I'm just talking out of my ass or not, but the people that handle the meat, it's considered very dirty work, so dirty is ranked very low.
Okay.
Their society.
Yeah.
Society.
I like baby metal.
And as far as the forum thing, none of our fans are going to know.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
No one's going to be able to correct you.
Good.
Like
Okay,
the-
that's good.
Yeah, like
then I'm
wa-
right.
We might get a guy watch anime porn. Does that count?
Tentacles.
Tentacles, like, or that's like the Hulk, but he's got a vagina. You know, It's
I don't
kinda weird.
understand
They got
that
that
stuff.
weird shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're like a interesting people because they like they have women's rights and stuff just like here. The women, they can do same as here, but they think it's like weird, like how like the chivalry, like where we court women and songs about like how beautiful they are.
Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, they think we're like retarded.
Right.
It's just a girl, man. Just go up to her and ask her to come back to your house, man,
Right.
or just hang out with you. You ain't got to write the song. They even like the early Europeans that went there to trade with them, and they'd be away from the Western women, so they would court their women, and they just thought it was a joke. Like, look at this guy. He's like totally like trying to win her over. Like just ask her to hang out with you, man. Right. You gotta break out your lute, you fucking weirdo. Yeah. But I guess
write you a song.
yeah. So we're like, it's always everything's about the girl in West, man. It's like Layla, all of it. It's just the way it is.
I think the Indians have it right. They pay a dowry to get rid of the woman. They're like, take her off our hands.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm only saying that because you're there.
Yeah, there's a culture's very different, but I guess we're gonna close it down since the fourth of us is out.
No, he's awake.
No, he's out. Radio Underground. Once again, give your social media before we end it here, Jason.
What's my SoundCloud? I think it's Sir Shreddington.
Sir Shreddington. Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sir Shreddington. Jason Tuntis, Instagram.
So
Peace.
this has been cool though. Like we've kind of had a rotating fourth. I
Yeah.
kind of like that. So it's
Yeah.
a different. So
I'd like to come back if.
Well, you absolutely can come
Oh yeah,
back.
definitely.
So we got you. We got another Jason. Tom came actually.
Yep.
Frank.
Well, Tom's been twice.
Frank's 5 blocks away, but he only likes to do it once a year. so we'll have like
Be
a
fair, he did he's done like 11 episodes.
Yeah, he did. I'm just fucking with him. But it'll be cool, man. You're welcome back anytime you want to
Cool.
be here,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about tentacle porn or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Marty Friedman can speak Japanese really well. We'll talk about
it's
that.
insane. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's lived there for a while.
All right, Radio Underground. Check us out on any social media. Radio Underground, one word. There's no separation. Bye.
Peace.
recorded in the pits of Detroit, Michigan. Your ass is listening to Radio Underground.